6 o'clock. Good morning, live from the Circus Sports at the Mint Kentucky Downs studio. I'm Justin Hawkins. Lionel Messi and Argentina stormed back yesterday to beat England 2-1. Enzo Fernandez scored the equalizer in the 85th minute, and then just 7 minutes later, Lautaro Martinez scored off a header in the 92nd minute, giving Argentina the go-ahead goal. Messi assisted on both. Now Argentina will look to defend their title as they will play Spain in the World Cup final on Sunday in East Rutherford, New Jersey. England, they're set to face France in the third place match on Saturday in Miami. NFL news yesterday, Cowboys wide receiver George Pickens officially will play the 2026 season on his $27.3 million franchise tender after Wednesday's 4 p.m. Eastern deadline for tagged players to agree to long-term contracts passed. Also, running back Alvin Kamara will play for the Saints in 2026 on a reworked contract, his agent confirmed on Wednesday, saying, quote, Alvin's goal and the team's goal was for him to remain with the Saints and retire as Saint. The details of the contract have not yet been disclosed. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you got to go to USSTN.com. Breaking news at once, and you're home for the Titans and the Vols. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Good morning and welcome in to Ramon and Will on a beautiful morning in Nashville, Tennessee. We are live on your radios, your smart devices, your 104.5 The Zone app, Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch. 615-737-1045 is the number. Crew is all back here. Ramon Foster, Will Bowling, Justin Hawkins, our producer. I've got the Open Championship on. It is the one time where live sports in prime time somewhere else are on here. A great 2 days for me as a golf fan that hosts a morning show. How we doing? Good morning.
We're good, man. Good morning. Welcome back to you.
Thank you.
Happy Friday, Junior. And, man, I'm glad to have you back in the saddle, big dog, man. Whatever you had going on, I do not want it, but I'm glad you got over
Well,
it.
I'll put it this way. I have never had a cold when it's hot outside.
Dang.
I'm good enough to work and be functional, and I'll call the NSC game tomorrow. Like, I'm good.
Yeah.
But I've never had something plague me and then be gone. It's still not gone, but gone enough to work and be normal that quickly.
Yeah, that's tough.
Very weird. I don't know what's going around, but I got it.
Yeah.
I definitely got it.
That's not okay. Yeah, you hit us like mid-morning, and I was just like, that's got to be crazy as far as like the sickness that set you down that quick. I was shocked by that, man. Jeez.
Very weird.
Yeah. And summertime colds are never okay because you're hot when it's hot already, and then you get cold when it's hot. It is the most weird feeling. I've had one of those situations before, not often. But yeah, it doesn't really happen like that in the summer times, man. And I hate it when you get hot when it's hot and then you're like sweating inside the house as well. That's pretty tough, Will, man. So however you got back to it, man, I'm appreciative of it. Thank you. And I hope I don't get it either. So.
Well, yeah, I'll stay over here, and the second that we're done, I'll leave. How about that?
Hey, no problem. No problem at all. No problem.
How was did we watch the World Cup semifinal? We'll talk about that more in 15 minutes, but how was our Wednesday that I missed?
I was out of the house for the most part yesterday, but I did catch up on them. I actually got the highlights on right now.
I should introduce you now as freshman football offensive line coach, as much as I probably should, and an 11-year NFL veteran and Titans radio analyst, because right now you are a football coach.
I am a football coach, and I'm enjoying it, man. We're in conditioning camp period right now. No pads.
Lovely.
Just helmets.
Does that mean you are in conditioning camp?
No, I attempted to run with them.
Yeah, because I know you like to make yourself a part of the punishment sometimes.
I do, and because we work the boys hard in football. It's football. Of course you're going to work hard, right? And I'm asking them to do stuff, and they're probably looking at me like, this old wash guy, man, you ain't played football in our era. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. So I try to like really even it up by doing conditioning with them or doing drills with them. If I'm telling them to get low under the chutes, well, I want to get low under the chutes too and show them because, listen, I'm a believer in like you be a great leader by how you show people how to lead too as well, or doing what your followers do. I did, you mentioned the punishment side. I did do conditioning with them last week.
Okay.
And I'm at Beach High School right now with the freshmen, and they have a turf field. And brother, when I tell you that turf is just different, I don't care what you say. It gets hotter when it's hot outside. If it is 89 degrees, it's probably 99 on the turf, okay? But it also just responds a little bit different when it comes down to my body and joints. And I ran with them last week, and brother, I will not be running with them again.
Still feeling it?
I've proven myself. They can go check the tape for
the
all
next
I care.
time they ask what it would be like if you did this, or the next time they don't want to do something, you can just bring them back to last week.
Yes.
You don't have to keep showing them. Say, remember that one day in the middle of July, beginning of July, when I worked out with you guys? Just think about that every time you think about Coach Foster not wanting to do cardio.
And then I can show you the tape of how I used to do these things, okay? So
that's right.
Pipe it down. But we did have a situation other than that. I thought it was super unique. I think it's super cool. I got a couple of kids that have caught my attention. And in that, like, we'll have enough kids who are like, we'll have guys that only play offense and guys that only play defense, or just sub in sporadically on defense and that type of stuff. So one of the guys, man, was just like, hey, I could tell he didn't want to do the O-line stuff. Will, Hawk, I didn't want to do the O-line stuff in high school, okay?
Yeah, an NFL offensive lineman can relate.
I can relate 1,000%, okay? With that being said, I learned to love O-line. I love it to death right now. I think it is the most intricate positions on any field of any sport. That's the way I feel about offense. I love it. It just is. Nobody understands it except for the people that go through it. You hit every single play. You get no praise unless somebody else does good. Like, there's a lot. I love it. And I love, like, growing young men into be offensive linemen. There's one guy I could tell didn't want to play. And I'm like, all right, cool. I made him a promise. I was like, hey, if you go through these years, one, I told him he had no choice because we're going to use everybody. And then I was just like, okay, I'll compromise with you because that's what leaders do. We got to figure out how to hit a middle ground on this thing. And I'm like, well, show me what you can do when we get to the defensive side of install. Young fella, man. He go through, he didn't get to the front of the line. I'm looking at him sideways like, you don't look like you want to participate in defense, okay? You need to be at the front of the line or else you're going to get lost in translation. And then we do conditioning 2 days ago, the same particular kid, and he didn't run the last sprint with us.
Okay.
And I'm looking like, heck no. I said, everybody go back. We don't leave a man behind. I pretty much call him out because that's what you do as a coach when you got a team. I call him out. And then the whole team goes back. They had to run one extra sprint. And then he's still dragging behind in the end. And after practice, I'm like, all right, if I'm going to go hard on you, then I got to make sure that we understand what our relationship is. I'm trying to holler at him. He didn't even look at me. He didn't even look at me.
Nothing makes me more confident that you are becoming a real football coach than the punishment of the group for something that one guy has done. That is the absolute worst, but we've all been there. We've all had to do it, and I appreciate you still paying that forward to the next generation.
And that's what I'm telling him. I'm laughing when I'm calling his name. I'm like, hey, let's just say it's John. Hey, John, what's up? And I'm in post-coach mode then. He had his headphones on. They wasn't on his ears. And a hoodie over his head. And he continued to walk forward. I said, I got him. I was like, he don't even understand.
He'll appreciate me when he's older. Or maybe in a week.
In a week, he going to love me.
That's great.
I'm like, that's my best friend from here on out. He don't know it yet, but we are buddies moving forward.
The coach is really going to love you is Coach Crabtree, the coach of the varsity team. That you're getting all this out of the way while they're freshmen.
Getting it all out the way. That is 100%.
That's great.
He think he won because he didn't look at me when I called his name. I'm like, hey,
good. That's what I wanted.
That's exactly what. And he finished that conditioning. You know what? He was a whole lot better yesterday.
Got to break him down before you build him up.
That's all we ain't even in pads yet.
No.
It was.
That's great.
That is one of the things coaching this young of a group where you're teaching so much because this is that. Middle school, you get away with a lot. We're teaching so much. And I'm like, all right, bet. I got you. Will. I got a best friend out there now.
You bring up a good point, though. Is offensive line the main position where the people who are playing it didn't really want to play it?
Yeah.
Because think about it. Like, if you're a wide receiver, odds are you grew up wanting to catch passes and be a wide receiver.
All of this.
If you're a corner, and that's probably the only other position where you might have grown up wanting to be one or the other.
Yeah.
Like you wanted to be a wide receiver, but God made you a corner. So then while you're in high school, you play a little bit of wide receiver, but honestly, your lateral quickness is better than, maybe your long speed, or you just don't have hands.
Yeah.
That's probably really the differentiator is you're a decent wide receiver. You don't have great hands. They put you at corner.
Yeah.
But other than that, offensive line is probably the only position where, like you said, when you were at a certain age, you didn't want to play it.
I didn't want to do it. I couldn't wait to get the defense. And then when I feel like I won Mr. Football off of my defensive stuff in high school. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that makes sense too.
And then the offensive linemen in high school, the coaches, I'm teaching my boys is what I would tell you. We are. But the coaches don't really teach you is get under the chutes, hit them harder, and you can't block that guy. There's no real instruction. Right now they are. Of course, IMG and I'm sure Baylor and BA and Answorth, they got guys that usually played and they understand the game a little bit more, but nobody really grows up and say, yeah, that is more popular now being a trench monster and offensive lineman, but it's not one of those glory positions where it's yeah, I can't wait to go out there to put on pads and get me a 55 number.
Yeah, honestly. Honestly,
we just excited to get 70s and stuff like that.
Right,
So, or just to get to defense. So I get it. But this kid, he gonna be all right. He just he hated me on Wednesday.
He'll get there.
Or Tuesday. He hated me on Tuesday.
Yeah, right. Fair.
It'll be all right though.
615-737-1045 is our number. Live for the 1045, the Zone Circus Sports Studio. Kentucky's largest sports book can now be found at Circus Sports at Kentucky Downs. Do you have that one team that you don't really have allegiance for, but you kind of feel sorry for how spectacularly they find ways to lose? That team is England for me, and they did it again yesterday. I'll tell you why. Coming up next, Ramon Foster, Will Bowling, Ramon Will, 1045 The Zone. Have you ever had that team who you have really no allegiance to, but you kind of feel sorry for? Because for me, that's a little bit how I feel about England. Ramon Will at 104.5 The Zone. They did it again yesterday, Ramon. England got close, but not quite close enough. 2-1, Argentina, Lionel Messi with 2 assists. They will take on Spain in the World Cup final in New Jersey on Sunday. And don't let anybody tell you it's in New York. It's in New Jersey. We will not stand for the New Jersey erasure on this radio program. Anthony Gordon scored early in the second half. Enzo Fernandez leveled the score with a beautiful goal in the 85th minute. And then Lionel Messi picks up another assist to Lautaro Martinez, who scores the game-winning goal from close range in the second minute of stoppage time. Lionel Messi now has 10 assists in the World Cup knockout stage, which is 6 more than any other player in the last 60 years. He has recorded a goal or assist in 11 straight World Cup games, dating back to 2022, the longest such streak since at least 1966. Ramon, this perfectly encapsulates who both of these teams and countries are right now.
Yeah.
England, the team that always finds a way to lose. Argentina, the team that always finds a way to win. You're watching the highlights right now.
Yeah, I am. I just saw the goals. They happened in the 87th,
85th, and second minute of stoppage time.
This is insane to me, man. Like, this is, how do they fold like this? Is this 21-3?
28-3.
28-3.
Yes. Yes. So the only way this could be more Atlanta Falcons is if England had maybe been up by a couple of scores, but it legitimately did feel like that way. Yeah. The game was in Atlanta. This felt very Atlanta Falcons against Tom Brady and the Patriots.
The English fans, man, are covering their covering their faces, their mouth. Show David Beckham is all I'm looking for.
Oh, he was on screen plenty.
Oh my God,
he was on screen plenty, and he's a big character in the England-Argentina story because he was sent off with a red card the last time these two countries played in the World Cup in 2002.
And then, I mean, the way they lost, no defense of the doggone goal at that point in time. And not just that, man, but their goalie was super, super excited on like the couple of the stops that he had, man, which is insane that they lose one Messi. And then you're that close to the goal and can't defend the header in that sense. And the other part for me is Martinez had just checked into the game. Like, he, to me,
in the 81st minute.
Was he the momentum shifter on this one, man?
He wasn't. The momentum shifter was the way English manager Thomas Tuchel managed the game. So Anthony Gordon scores in the 55th minute, and 17 minutes later, I thought they made a big mistake, England. They subbed off their left winger Anthony Gordon, who scored the goal, for a right center back, Ezri Konsa. Now, Ezri Konsa is a good player.
Yeah.
But what they did then was they switched to a back five, and they packed it into the box, and they didn't get any pressure on the ball and on these deep crosses that were whipped in by the Argentine midfielders that they brought in. So you saw them shift formations and try to sit back, be conservative, and just play defense. When you do that, even if you as the manager don't intend for your team to just sit back and do nothing, you are sending a message to your players. When you take off the goal scorer, left winger, vertical threat, and put on a center back, you're sending the message of just hang on for dear life, boys.
Yeah.
Just hang in there. And that was the wrong message to send to that team. Now, if you want to do that 10 minutes later in the 82nd minute, fine.
Yeah.
It takes more energy to defend than it does to attack in soccer. And there's only so long you can hang on. I thought England did this against Mexico as well. In that game, they were down to 10 men, but even still, with a red card, I thought they were way too conservative in that game. And they didn't get punished for it. I think multiple times in this tournament, England has sat back way too quickly, and they finally got punished for it because they didn't get pressure on the ball. They let Lionel Messi have time on the ball to pick out passes, and that is not in your best interest at any time of that guy's career, even at 39 years old.
The shift that they made to go conservative defensively is one of those ones you make if it was like 3-1 or 2-0.
Yeah, if you had a 2-goal lead, it would have made more sense. But even still, not in the 72nd minute. Go chase for a second. You had Argentina on the ropes the entire game.
Yeah.
The first half was pretty even, but that second half, England was really good until they made that change.
Yeah.
until they made that change. Then they made 2 more changes in the 82nd. They brought on Dan Byrne, who is the 6'7", just win headers guy, for Reece James, who, again, is another vertical option to be able to play crosses. I think Reece James had a little bit of an injury, so that one made a little bit more sense. And they put on another fullback, again, a player who plays in that back five, for Declan Rice, who I think is one of the best 2 or 3 midfielders in the world, not just because he plays for my team, Arsenal, but the amount of ground that he covers. He is a unicorn. He can cover space like nobody's business and win the ball anywhere on the field. And that also made it more difficult for them to get pressure on the ball when Argentina was wanting to play crosses.
And what was fascinating to me and to catching up on it was the fact that how did England feel like they could be comfortable and play back the way they were defensively? And Argentina was getting this many shots on goal, too. Like, there was a bunch of balls from Argentina that hit the crossbar, that hit the sidebar, and they defended well enough, but it's way too close to comfort for me for a team that only got a 1-goal lead at that point. And then to fold the way they did in a long-distance shot like that, you said their goalie has short arms, Will.
Well, the lip readers have found Jude Bellingham, who for really everyone was the best English player in this tournament. Jude Bellingham is seen looking up at the first goal going in on the ribbon board in Atlanta and saying, it's in the middle of the goal, meaning you should probably save that.
You should get that.
Now, he was screened. Jordan Pickford was. There was a lot of traffic in front of him.
Okay.
So it probably was one of those where he didn't see the ball until very late, until it was too late. That being said, that is one of the limitations that England had coming into this tournament was in goal. Jordan Pickford is a fine goalkeeper. His team, Everton, is a mid-table club in England. They've been trying to survive relegation in past seasons as well. They're not a great team, but he is kind of the shining light of at this point, mediocre team. And Everton's got a lot of history, and Everton's a good club I have a lot of respect for. But it's just who they are at this point. They don't have the money and resources to contend with the big dogs. But really, at the end of the day, he was one of the question marks, and then John Stones, the other guy who gets beat on the header from Lautaro Martinez for the game winner. He was the weak spot in that team. That was the one spot you could look at and say, that's where England is lacking, is at center back. And you highlight those players and those center backs when you force them to just sit in their own box and defend their own net for 28 minutes plus stoppage time. That is not where England is at its best. England has a team worth $1 billion if you put together the transfer market value of all of their players. Heck, if you put together just the transfer market value of their 3 midfielders, Jude Bellingham's probably worth $200 million. Elliot Anderson just got sold to Manchester City for $145 million. And Declan Rice, a couple of years ago, who just won the Premier League with Arsenal, was sold to Arsenal for about $115 million. And that's just the midfield.
Yeah.
That's just the midfield. This is as talented of a team as there is in this tournament. But this one's on the manager. Thomas Tuchel got this totally wrong. And it's just the latest in the long list of spectacular ways that England has lost competitive matches.
Where are they at as far as the next World Cup? Because if this one is constellation, and you mentioned all these big contracts 4 years later, you got to think, are these guys in the same conversation to avenge this? Because again, was it one? Would you call this match won yesterday by England going into what was it, the 85th minute before Enzo Fernandez scored? Was it over and done with at this point?
No, I mean, you still got to get it over the line.
Okay.
But you should make those changes and start to defend more later in the match. 72nd minute was not the time.
It's too early
to take off a left winger for a center back.
That's not.
Just made no sense. Made absolutely no sense. So where England is going into the next tournament is they are going to need a new star up front. This is the last prime Harry Kane World Cup probably ever for England. He's 32 years old. He will probably, I don't know about probably. He is one of the odds-on favorites to win the Ballon d'Or, which is the World Player of the Year in soccer for this season, because he absolutely lit it up for Bayern Munich in Germany this year. He was spectacular. And the best thing he could have done is leave Tottenham, because now he can win things. Come on, you got to laugh a little bit at that. No, you're fine. I won't let my Tottenham slander go unheard. I've got to make sure it's recognized by everyone as an Arsenal fan. But that being said, he mentioned yesterday, he said, it's too early for me to say what my plan for the World Cup is in 2030. He said, but I'd be lying if I say that watching Messi do what he's doing at 39 didn't inspire me a little bit.
That's real.
That it can be done. So he'd be 36 at the next World Cup. That's getting up there. At a striker position, you can kind of pull that off a little bit because you're not running as much. You can kind of find your moments to run and walk and jog, and that's why Messi has been able to sustain this level of play so late into his career because he just walks when they don't have the ball or when they are building out for the back. We'll see. That's the big question. Harry Kane is probably the best English player ever at this point, and he is their all-time leading goal scorer. He's their best goal scorer in World Cups. That's the big question for them in 4 years. But that's who England is. They're the Dallas Cowboys. They're that team that gets close but never all the way there. They are always thinking about the next tournament and the next time.
What's awesome, though, is you got the Argentina superstar after the game pretty much saying they felt like they can win it in the 90th minute against England as well. And not just that, this is a clip that's on ESPN right now, and Messi said Argentina sensed that England didn't want it anymore. Well, is that just the pettiness of this rivalry right here?
It is a big rivalry,
yeah,
for sure.
It's very, very. It was physical as heck in the first half.
Oh, my gosh. I've not seen that many fouls. And it was an American referee and American officiating crew that was doing the game. Ismail Elfath, who's an MLS ref, who's done a ton of Nashville games. That was as choppy and as disjointed of a first half. It looked like an AFC North rivalry game.
That's crazy.
Is the best way I could describe it.
Yeah.
It looked like a 13-10 Steelers-Ravens in cold weather kind of game is the best thing I can equate that game to yesterday.
I get that. Because there was so many bodies on the ground, and I know they're going for the ball, but the way they were aggressively kicking the ball out from underneath the opposing player on both sides to me was fascinating, and I didn't realize soccer was that physical or was that intense with how they make contact like this, man. The jersey pulling, I mentioned that earlier to you as far as that, get a yellow card for that. Like, this was one of those try to find a moment to take advantage of the opposing team. Were they trying to get each other to react as well?
I think a little bit.
One.
Yeah.
It's been published so many different ways now with Messi. When he looked at Bellingham.
Jude Bellingham. Yeah.
Jude Bellingham. I wonder what was said because I saw somewhere where Bellingham also speaks Spanish.
Yeah, he does. He plays for Real Madrid.
Yeah. And after the game as well, did you see him grab one of the Argentinian players?
Yeah, they were fighting.
Yeah.
The whole time. And then it got political at the end because there was a sign in Spanish that said, like, the Falklands belong to Argentina. And the Falklands War, which happened 2 years before the Hand of God goal that Diego Maradona scored, which was clearly a handball in '86 to win the World Cup. Like, that's part of the rivalry between these two teams and the politically charged nature of these two teams playing against each other. Honestly, it's not something I really knew a ton about until this week when it got closer to becoming a matchup. But England-Argentina is one of the biggest rivalries in this sport as far as international play goes, for sure. And it's just different styles, too, because the Argentina, South American culture and way of playing football, way of playing soccer, is just very different to the European style.
Yeah.
It is a very different way of playing. But if there's any team that most resembles that style of the big European countries, it's England.
Yeah.
They play a little bit more of a physical, not as pretty style of this sport. Mm-hmm. Whereas Spain, it's aesthetically pleasing. It's fun to watch. It's quick 1-2 touch and easy passes, and we're going to have these skillful little runs around you and dribble here and go there. It's not as much of a knife fight.
No doubt.
When Spain plays as when England plays. And so that's kind of what makes these games so fun, is that England most resembles that Argentine style more so than any other of the, in my opinion, the big European teams.
I think the guy that learned the biggest lesson was Bellingham, because I've been in positions like this where I've had conversations back and forth with people who are really good. Like, the way Messi reacted to whatever Bellingham said to him was like, okay, you really mean that? And then he activated himself even more. Like, you ever played against somebody where you said, don't tick that guy off right there?
Yeah, Messi is the one that you don't want to make mad. You want to, like, poke him a little bit, but you don't want to totally get him to go into I don't know, like Incredible Hulk mode of Messi.
100%. Like,
I've been watching a lot of Marvel recently.
guys I've played it. You trying to catch up before the Spider-Man
Yes.
movie? Yeah.
Yes, I am.
Guys that I treated that way. And a lot of respect for them, but just one of them things like, we're cool. Like, I like playing against you. It's competitive. But, like, you see a young guy come in or a guy to the left or to the right of you that ticks them off, and then they turn up a notch. I've seen Aaron Donald do this, where it's just like, just keep AD cool. He's all right, okay? Geno Atkins, Haloti Ngata, Calais Campbell's been in that conversation before, and just don't tick them off, and we'll make it about us thing. Last person that I had this type of interaction with was Myles Garrett. We knew if Myles Garrett was out there just jovial and just having a good time, he probably wasn't going to turn into a demon. Yesterday, it looked to me that Bellingham turned Messi into the guy that they didn't want to see, and he had 2 assists in this game to get him over the top. Like, what were you thinking?
And both of them in the last 7 minutes of the game, too. Last 10 minutes of the game.
What were you thinking? Just leave him
Weird.
alone.
I know.
Leave him alone. And the other question I have for you as well is this the best entertainment that you've seen from the World Cup?
It's been a phenomenal World Cup.
The storylines.
Yes. The stadiums have been packed. The fact that for us as Americans, we get to see the sport really be on fire in this country the way that it is right now. The last World Cup supplied us some incredible games and finishes and drama. And, of course, the World Cup final was truthfully one of the best sporting events I have ever watched 4 years ago.
Yeah,
and so
that was awesome.
This World Cup final's ability to live up to that remains to be seen, but it's been awesome. And remember, the vibes around this tournament were not good coming in, on how expensive tickets were, on how difficult the travel packages were to get, the different visa stuff going on with different countries, the weather, the heat, the hydration breaks, and the commercialization of it, the expanded format. And if we were going to get more duds of games, considering we have more teams, turns out FIFA knows what it's doing. It does. They may get there with a kind of convoluted process at times, but they've crushed it. And this tournament has been awesome, and you got to tip your cap.
You do.
You got to tip your cap. It's been really fun.
I do wonder what it's going to be, which you got to have leverage to have backlash. But looking at these stadiums, though, to your point about the stadiums, how is this going to happen? The transition of turf to grass. The grass has been elite inside.
And now it's being ripped up and turf goes back in for the NFL games.
And that's where, like I said, you got to have leverage to actually be ticked off about something. The NFLPA and NFL conversation about natural grass and turf inside of these stadiums, we are seeing, now it is also short term, and football players tear up the grass a little bit more than soccer players do. But looking at the Atlanta Stadium, looking at the Dallas Stadium,
New England
Stadium,
SoFi,
and they got grass on the inside of it, and NFL players are upset about the idea that the NFL teams are allowing this to happen and have appeased to FIFA, but they want to appease to their own players and put turf back in there. I do wonder moving forward if that gives the NFL any leverage. I didn't want to make soccer about the NFL, but seeing that stadium in Atlanta have natural grass in it was fascinating to me when that's something that the players have been fighting for. But again, to be upset about something, you better have leverage in order to get what you're asking for in those moments. And right now, the PA doesn't have much leverage to get that done, and not until another CBA, because it's possible.
I don't know about you either, though, but the last time I was in Atlanta on that field, for as new of a stadium as that is, that turf is not impressive.
No, it was not. I thought it was it felt like my feet sank too far off in it.
Yeah, it was.
I agree with you.
Did you play on that turf?
I did not play on that turf. No, not on that one. But I walked it in pregame and afterwards. And it felt very spongy.
We did the preseason game there last year. I also, to be fair, that's the one time I tried to wear my Jordan 1s that I got for the season on the field. I don't recommend, as a sideline reporter, doing that. I recommend going comfort over style. Yes. And I never wore those again, so maybe that was my own fault. But just the quality of that turf and kind of the way it felt, I don't know. I've been on it a couple times for UT Georgia Tech. The last time we played them at the beginning of the season, that was 2017. Yes, 2017. And I don't know. Just not super impressive to me. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, but
it just felt very spongy to me. Like as if it
felt very artificial.
Yes, it did. It felt artificial for such a new stadium.
Right.
But the grass component of it, though, if they are not, as a PA, looking at how they got that accomplished and how sustainable it is, that's the other part of it, though, is how sustainable it is. Because these are a couple soccer matches. This is an entire grunt match for football.
The sustainability of a month versus 6 months. Because there are also dome stadiums that do have natural grass in the league, and the quality of that grass is worse than turf.
Yeah.
I mean, think about the Super Bowl that was played. What was that? The Chiefs and Eagles?
Chiefs and Eagles.
Where the field in Arizona, Phoenix,
yes,
was just abysmal.
Yes, absolutely.
Totally torn up.
Yes.
I don't know. I mean, at the very least, I saw Duke Manyweather, our friend, OL Masterminds, tweeted out yesterday, like, this grass really looks good in these NFL stadiums. Interesting.
It does. I didn't even see that, but that's the conversation.
If you can do it for a month, the rationale from the players, is going to be, all right, well, y'all have the money then to do it for 6 months.
The other thing, though, too, is what are the players going to have to give up to get natural grass? And that's where it becomes a negotiation tactic. They won't.
We played 24 games? I'm kidding.
No. Seriously.
Right. We would have to go to 20 probably to get natural grass. Maybe.
And are you willing to
then see a preseason?
And see your preseason, like, seriously. But then do you extend rosters? There's so many. This is a soccer conversation.
There's a lot but it's relevant to football, though.
Yeah.
You're smart to make it about football because I'm going on for 20 minutes and there are people in their cars around Nashville going, please shut up about soccer. So relating it to football, I think it makes sense.
But it was totally impressive with how they got it done, though, is my point. So all in all, I've enjoyed the World Cup. I told Rhett yesterday, and Jayhawk, we were talking about it a little bit too, was trying to preview it as good as you were. I hope you were impressed by our soccer stuff. But with that, they've gained another watcher, patron of soccer. That's the way I look at it.
Well, tomorrow we'll be able to preview NSC and Atlanta United, which we'll have right here on the station tomorrow night. And it's on Fox, too.
I know.
Apple TV and Fox.
Yeah.
That's right.
They're getting big commercials now. Nashville SC. This is dope, man.
That's absolutely right. 615-737-1045 is our number. NFL headlines for you, plus an Open Championship leaderboard update to wrap up hour one next. Ramon and Will wrapping up hour one on 104.5 The Zone and streaming live on Zone TV, Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch. Talking about the World Cup this morning. Question on YouTube in the F&M Bank chat where you can chat with us from our friend Frostbite, who asks, is Nashville SC that different from what we've been watching for several weeks? Great question, Frostbite. I will say no, but for a specific reason. For me, the entertainment value of Major League Soccer is similar to what we've been watching because teams are always trying to win within reason. Now, that may sound really simple, like, duh. You have two teams out there. Of course they're trying to win. What I mean by that is MLS is built in a way through the salary cap and rules regulations in terms of roster building for there to be parity, for everyone to have a chance. The gap from the top teams to the bottom teams at the top 5 and bottom 5 level can be pretty big. But beyond that, there's not a whole lot of difference between the quality teams and the non-playoff teams in Major League Soccer, at least in terms of how they are going to try to play. Major League Soccer historically, and it's changing a little bit, has been a league that has been more focused on attacking and really good attackers coming here to finish their careers or to start their careers and get a stepping stone to Europe. So you get an entertaining style of play that's very back and forth.
Okay.
When you watch the best teams in England, in France, in Germany, in Spain, you have, at times, the best teams that are spending hundreds of millions of dollars more than the worst teams. Wow. The gap between Arsenal, who just won the Premier League, which I love reminding people, and Burnley, who just got relegated, is significant. Significant in terms of the money they have, the resources, but even beyond that, PSG in France always wins the French league. Bayern Munich almost always wins the German league. Real Madrid or Barcelona are always going to win the Spanish league. Here, on any given day, crazy things happen in this league, partly also because of how difficult travel is in the United States compared to many of the other leagues in the world. So anybody can win on any given day, more so in MLS than in most other leagues where this sport is played in the world. It gives you a very open, fun, and entertaining style of soccer that is back and forth. Whereas when you get a difference in quality that's so substantial in some of the other leagues in Europe, you get one team trying to get a draw and the other team trying to win.
Okay, so with that being the case with the international games and like a PSG or Arsenal, like you said, as the haves versus the have-nots, when it comes down to the have-nots, is it just a matter of investment or just surprisingly winning against a Arsenal that really turns up what they're allowed to spend is where I'm at. Like, do you start spending for no reason?
It's a matter of revenue, like the revenue you bring in and what you can then infuse back into your team. Emmett on YouTube says, there's no comparison between MLS and Europe. Absolutely there's a comparison.
Yeah.
Major League Soccer has put itself in the same category as the leagues outside of the top 5. Absolutely there's a comparison to make. Yeah, for sure. I mean, obviously the big 5 are kind of untouchable.
Right.
England, France, Germany, Spain, and Italy. Those are the biggest 5 leagues in the world, and they always will be. So Major League Soccer's goal is to be in that next group. And with the talent that they're attracting into this league right now, into this country, I mean, MLS had the next most amount of players, I believe, in the round of 16 of any league outside of the top 5.
Yeah, that's stepping in the right direction.
These teams are good that are playing here. I promise you.
Okay. So
I promise you.
The question that I have then, as far as their international play, like will MLS ever get to a point to where they have contracts the way they do overseas? Like when you mentioned, Harry Kane? Like him, $100+ million. Is that just the difference in leagues right there, and just the way the money's paid out through the country? Okay, but they will be paid well enough to have a sustainable lifestyle.
Well, yeah. So the difference is
it's
right
just,
now
when you look at like Messi and those guys, like Cristiano Ronaldo, like those guys just look like they just are worldwide with it.
There are more equalizers in terms of salary cap for parity's sake in this league than at most other leagues in the world as well.
All right, gotcha.
So right now, the way it's built, you essentially can have 3 players who don't count against the salary cap. And so those 3 players are called designated players in Major League Soccer.
Yeah.
In order to get to a point where you can really contend, because right now the next goal is to be better than Liga MX, better than the Mexican top flight.
Gotcha.
Major League Soccer's best teams are at that point. But the depth of Liga MX right now is a little bit deeper than what MLS is because of the designated player rule. Those Mexican teams have 9 or 10, quote-unquote, DP caliber players.
Okay.
Right now in MLS, for the sake of parity, so everyone, again, can have a chance on any given day in any given season, you have that rule to equalize things. You really only have 3 or 4 players that are at that quality. That number is going to have to grow in order to really contend with teams like that. And that means you're going to have to put more fans in seats, have bigger television deals. And right now, I mean, they are on the rise. Major League Soccer is growing at a great rate. And I'll be interested to see what the future of their television partnership looks like with Apple or with anyone else. Because right now, you've got great production value in things with Apple, but that is a little bit of a non-traditional way to watch the sport, and fans love it, and some fans haven't loved it as much. But what the next 2 years look like for MLS, I think, is going to be fascinating to see how many people flock to them specifically out of the World Cup. Because I also think that the Premier League, the English Premier League, is really going to benefit from this tournament because people like you are also going to want to see the same players that they've been watching over the last couple of weeks as well.
So as good as Nashville SC is right now, do they have a leg up on being one of those premier teams that the international players want to come to? They're able to buy contracting players out as well because
yes,
they have a level of sustainability right now.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. If you are looking at wanting to come to America and play in Major League Soccer, Nashville is one of the first places you're going to think about and look at.
Gotcha.
Yeah, this was from MLS PR. Round of 16 action that began July 4th. 24 MLS players in the round of 16. That is the 6th most of any league in the world of being represented behind the Big Five. England, Spain, France, Italy, Germany. There was one less player on MLS teams than on German teams in the round of 16 at the FIFA World Cup. That is
a step in the right
There's
direction.
absolutely a comparison. Absolutely a comparison that you could make, for sure. NFL headline for you here to wrap up hour one. George Pickens going to officially play on the $27.3 million franchise tag. Deadline passed yesterday to get deals done for tagged players.
Wow.
Last year, they acquired him in a 2027 sixth from the Steelers for a 2026 third and 2027 fifth. Clear who's won the trade for you at that point, either way? Because George Pickens was great last year, but
He's real good.
I mean, 1,400 yards.
Yeah.
Still doesn't have that long-term deal done
I
yet.
still can't say because DK Metcalf plays well when it comes down to him being the replacement. It might be tit for tat, but George, I think, personally won it. I do think that. George probably personally won this because I don't know if he was going to get this type of fanfare and production in Pittsburgh the way he wanted to be out is how I viewed it. I think this was in him in Pittsburgh. He just didn't want to give it to Pittsburgh, if that makes sense. I don't think he wanted to be there at all. I know he did.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes it's hard to quantify, even with positives a player is bringing you, how much the drama and attention they're also bringing you is pulling you down.
Yeah. George wanted out. And it was evident in a lot of stuff that he was doing. Like, what I know he was doing behind the scenes, like, yeah, he'd much rather be in a bigger market like that. And I think he's from Alabama, so it's closer to his family as well, to him being in Dallas. So if that plays a part of it, he just didn't want to be there, though. But I think George won so far.
615-737-1045 is our number. 2 players at 4 under in the clubhouse, Daniel Brown and Sung J M. Actually, as I say that, Ryan Gerard has joined them at 4 under through 9. At the Open Championship, Scotty Scheffler tied for 4th. He's actually making putts. What a concept. At 3 under right now. Bryson DeChambeau, 3 under as well. Maybe he'll actually make a cut at a major this season. Coming up, executives, coaches, and scouts rank the top receivers in the NFL at ESPN.com. That's next.
It's Ramon Foster for Hiller Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electrical. Man, we don't like dealing with those things at all around the house, whether it's your plumbing, HVAC, or electrical. Most of the time, you don't know what it will cost, or if it'll get fixed right, or if somebody's trying to sell you something you don't need. When you call Hiller, they're experts. They solve your problems quickly and very efficiently in your house as well. And the price you're told is the prices you'll actually pay. There are no hidden fees or surprises on your bill when they finish the job inside of your home. They've been in business, Hiller that is, for over 35 years and are family owned and operated. Their techs, very professional, experienced, and very trustworthy. And they're all background and drug screened as well. And when they're on their way, you'll receive a photo of the tech and a link to tracking them in real time, so you're not sitting around wasting your time. Their motto is happy you'll be, the service is free, and they absolutely live by that. They believe in 100% satisfaction every single time they service your house. If you want to learn more about Hiller or book with them like I do, simply head over to happyhiller.com.
7:03. Good morning, live from the Circus Sports at the Mid-Kentucky Downs studio. I'm Justin Hawkins. Lionel Messi and Argentina stormed back yesterday to beat England 2-1. Enzo Fernandez scored the equalizer in the 85th minute, and then just 7 minutes later, Lautaro Martinez scored off a header in the 92nd minute, giving Argentina the go-ahead goal. Messi assisted on both goals. Now Argentina will look to defend their title as they play Spain in the final on Sunday in East Rutherford, New Jersey. England, they're set to face France in the third-place match on Saturday in Miami. NFL news, Cowboys wide receiver George Pickens officially will play the 2026 NFL season on his $27.3 million franchise tag after Wednesday's 4 p.m. Eastern deadline for tag players to agree to long-term contracts passed. Also, running back Alvin Kamara will play for the Saints in 2026 on a reworked contract, his agent confirmed on Wednesday, saying, quote, Alvin's goal and the team's goal was for him to remain with the Saints and retire a Saint. The details of that contract, though, have not yet been disclosed. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you got to go to USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Titans and Vols. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Away we go to hour number 2 on your Friday Junior Thursday morning edition of Ramon and Will. 615-737-1045, the number. He is the 11-year NFL vet, Vol for Life, and Titans radio analyst, part-time football coach, Ramon Foster. Justin Hawkins, our producer, myself, Will Bolding, on Twitter at Ramon and Will. Ramon, would you agree that Jamar Chase is the number one wide receiver in the NFL? Because executives, coaches, and scouts voted in Jeremy Fowler's poll and had him as number one on their top 10 list.
I think as far as reputation goes, yeah. I actually thought the guy that would have been number one last year just off his effectiveness and who he played with and the wins that they had was probably Puka Nacua. I feel like he got a lot of fanfare and a lot of publicity last year, right or wrong. And I'm choosing Jamar Chase over him 8 times out of 10, depending on the situation. I give him 8 times out of 10, I'm choosing Jamar Chase. But the way I feel like Puka Nacua was sure-handed, made big plays, made big catches. They won football games. You knew he was going to get the ball, not just in the passing game, but he's going to get an end around as well. I thought Puka Nacua was probably going to be one, and I saw the list as well. And to see him as far down as he is, I guess it kind of is one of those types of situations. But yeah, Jamar is probably numero uno.
Puka Nacua did lead the league in catches last season with 129. Yeah. Second most in Rams history behind Cooper Kupp's record-breaking season in 2021. He is fourth on this list.
Yeah.
I think I get it on Jamar Chase. And the reasoning on Chase, who has 6,837 yards, the second most by any player within his first 5 seasons in NFL history, behind only Justin Jefferson, who is number 2 on the list. The reasoning is, as Jeremy Fowler writes, he looks different than everybody else with the ball in his hands. I think that's a fair way to put it. He is a both possession and run-after-catch receiver, and he is as dynamic with the ball in his hands as maybe any wide receiver in the league right now.
I think so. He's a human joystick, the way I view him. The way he can slow walk you and beat you down the field. He can beat you over the top. He's not the biggest wide receiver, but he still goes up high to get the ball. And he's just got speed as well. And his suddenness is where he actually kills you. His suddenness is good. So, yeah, most definitely.
70% of the first-place votes to Jamar Chase, despite finishing third in catches and fourth in receiving yards last season. That was really only with Joe Burrow for about a month of the season anyway. Justin Jefferson finishes second on the list and was still given credit despite the fact that he also had poor quarterback play last season, coming off a career-low year of 1,048 yards in 2025. His 8,480 receiving yards are the most for any player in his first 6 seasons in NFL history.
And again, like you said, the quarterback play that he had in dysfunction of that offense, you saw the frustration. But again, he's one of those ones that when he decides to take the game over, and if his quarterback is on, you see how dynamic of a playmaker he is. I like him as a football player, but even he's one of those guys too, as it stands now, because he's not currently, in my opinion, the big diva. I just like him as a superstar. Like, you see him, he actually looked like he's doing the superstar thing right. Like, him and A.J. Green, to me, I thought was like two of the wide receivers you say. Like, yeah, those are cool superstar wide receivers in my personal opinion. I like them on and off the field.
I'm a little surprised that Jackson Smith and Jigba didn't take number 2. That was a very impressive season, breakout season for him.
1,793 yards.
I'm surprised that he didn't get a little bit of that Super Bowl jump. Sam Darnold didn't get the jump.
Did not get the jump, but it's also, I think this list, you kind of you got to pretty much judge them over a 3-year window more than almost any other position, if that makes sense. Like a D tackle can go up faster because the suddenness of how impactful they can be from year to year, right? But wide receivers is like I think a 3-year window of saying, I don't think you can deny in 3 years Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson have cooked.
So you're saying you want to make sure that this is not a one-hit wonder.
And that's what I'm saying. Yeah. And I think that's why Puka's probably a little bit lower on this list as well at number 4.
Puka's been a little bit more consistent than I would say JSN has been.
Yeah, I'm with you there. But as far as like, I thought moving them up, that was such a big year.
I just think that the impact that JSN made last year in the NFL.
Who you picking? You picking Justin Jefferson or JSN?
At number 2?
No, in general.
Oh, just right now I'm picking JSN.
You would have put him second over Jefferson.
I would put him second.
I respect it. That's a hard stance, but I respect it because I'm taking Jettas.
Yeah, I just feel like
I would too.
I just feel like Justin Jefferson kind of lost a little bit of his favor in the last couple of years, and I don't know if that's just because of the quarterback play.
Yeah, look, he's throwing the ball.
Yeah. I think that has a little bit to do with it, a little bit of bias with that. But just seeing the way that JSN had such a big impact, couldn't really be guarded at all.
Anytime
that it was man zone, he always won.
I mean, in 2024, Justin Jefferson had 1,500 yards and 10 touchdowns.
I just really like the season that
with Sam Darnold.
Yeah, right.
That is right.
He the wide receiver maker.
I know.
Yeah.
That's the thing too that I think I think it a little bit is.
Just a little bit.
That's what gets lost in translation in this a little bit for me. JSN didn't make Sam Darnold. I think you could make the argument that Sam Darnold helped make Jackson Smith and Jigba what he is.
He kind of cooked, man. And you know why we're hesitant? Because he had so much bad early.
Well, we do this with every player at every position. We form an opinion about who a player is in their first contract. They're in their rookie contract, and then we don't come off that.
We do not come off. That's what's super unique about the quarterback docuseries that's on Netflix as well, too. Like watching these old quarterbacks like Baker and Flacco somewhat beat it and stay in the NFL a little bit longer. But you're right. Standing in that box is a hard place to be evaluated by folks like us on the radio.
And Geno Smith was his quarterback the last couple of years before Sam Darnold came to Seattle.
Yeah, I think Geno is going to be an interesting case in New York this year because that offensive line in front of him in Vegas and the offensive coordinator he had at the beginning of the season and Chip Kelly in Vegas was an all-time bad situation to put a quarterback in. I think Geno Smith is the perfect league average quarterback when things are right around him. Yeah. But when things aren't right around him, he can be very below average, and he obviously was last season. He was also tied with Cam Ward for the other joint most sacked quarterback in the NFL last year.
I think we gave Pete Carroll too much of a pass as far as what we thought he was going to be capable of doing in Vegas.
Agreed.
Yeah.
And same with Chip Kelly. Yeah. Right. Yeah. And those two, it seemed like, didn't talk to each other. I mean, like legitimately. Really weird situation there in Vegas last year.
It was.
Really weird situation. Puka Nacua 4, Amon-Ra St. Brown, number 5. CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, Nico Collins, A.J. Brown, and Devontae Adams rounding out the top 10. What are you side-eyeing there?
A.J. Let me see who's behind them before I make a conversation. Yeah, you can argue Drake London, but yeah, A.J.'s definitely top 10. I had this conversation last week. Remember we were talking about top 5 guys?
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, I don't know if AJ's top 5. You remember that conversation? It was a little while back.
Yep.
Like this list kind of puts AJ where he is at this point. DK Metcalf didn't make this top 10 list either.
He did not.
Did not make this top 10. He didn't even get, he got votes and that's it. I
also think, receiving votes, yeah.
What I would say is AJ's quarterback controversy that he had last year may be the reason he's pushed down as much. I'm interested to see what Drake May does with AJ if AJ can go back up because highest ranking was 6, and he also wasn't put on this list. He was unranked. Considering
From
last
some
year-
people,
Yeah,
yeah.
for some people. So last year he was top 5. This year he's kind of slid. He needs a big bounce back year if he wants that second contract in New England, that is.
Going to be interesting to see how he plays. Question as far as the Titans are concerned with Carnell Tate as a top 5 draft pick. If you drafted Carnell Tate to be your wide receiver 1 in the top 5, how quickly does he need to pop up on a list like this?
3 years. Because Cam's still, that's the only thing that's different. Cam's still growing as well.
Sure.
Like, I think the reputation goes up, but as far as like where these guys are on this list, the wide receiver position comes down to yards.
The expectation when you draft a wide receiver with the number 4 overall pick is that they're going to end up being a top 10 wide receiver. No doubt. Question is how quickly?
Malik Neighbors, I feel like if it wasn't for the injury, he'd probably be in this conversation, maybe at 10 somewhere.
He is the first honorable mention on this.
Yeah, and like that's the only young guy I can think of at this point. No, Drake London, Mecca Buka also. So the thing
Jameson Williams, too, is another honorable mention.
for sure. And when you look at it, like that's what Carnell, I think, is fighting for in that point. It's how quickly does Carnell carve out a role here to be the number 1? Like that's the other side of it as well with Wandale around. I am of the mindset. Let me see it in the second year. Maybe receiving votes is the way I view him in this situation.
615-737-1045 is our number. Takeaways from episode 2 of Quarterback on Netflix after this. Ramon and Will on 104.5 The Zone, hour number 2 of the program. 615-737-1045, our number. Ramon Foster and Will Bowling. Quarterback on Netflix, I still really like. And I know I mentioned it the other day and didn't get a chance to react to episode 1 yesterday when I was out, but it feels like one of the only sports documentaries and all access things right now, Ramon, that's actually all access. Mm-hmm. Where I'm actually learning things about these people.
You know why? People trust Peyton Manning. People love quarterbacks.
It's part of it. It doesn't feel like something where teams have the level of editorial control that they do on Hard Knocks.
Yeah.
Because Hard Knocks tells stories where we learn things about maybe lesser-known players.
Yeah.
And it's more human interest of undrafted players and day 3 draft picks more so than it is actually learning about controversies and different things. It doesn't feel like quarterback shies away from very much. They are willing, like the fact that they're in the first episode talking to Baker Mayfield about being arrested and the crotch grab that he had against Kansas and stuff that Baker probably would rather not talk about. There are plenty of film kinds of things in sports right now that ignore difficult stories like that.
Yeah, it was. And like you said, the background that they're giving, especially Baker being able to talk about it as well, I thought was fun. They didn't shy away from it, but it's where HBO, I think, has kind of lost that privilege is they don't have the player connection and the prestige of being able to walk into these teams, and it's just cameras there. I think with the way this broadcast has worked with them sitting down and interviewing guys that Peyton may actually know and respect. Like, I think that is a separator on the content that is allowed to know that it's going to be done in good taste. And all these guys are flawed and have their issues. And with Peyton being behind it, I just think that makes it, and I'm giving Peyton a lot of credit.
How much is he really behind it, though?
It's the association.
Because it feels to me like he's getting a producer credit because the studio that he's involved with from a business perspective is the one putting all of this together. But like Patrick Mahomes is an executive producer. He's not.
I just think it's the relationships are different between this production company versus an HBO production company.
It feels like the teams have a little bit less editorial control maybe than they would on Hard Knocks.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's true or not. That's the way it comes across to me.
I feel
where it feels more player-focused than team-focused.
It is. Yeah, and maybe that is the difference. And let's focus on your issues that you have. Like you said, the Baker conversation. That's not a Tampa Bay Buccaneers issue anymore. That's a Baker Mayfield issue. So Baker's got to clear that situation, which is, again, why I just related it to the relationships of it all.
Yeah. Well, apparently the teams are given approval over the content and retain editing rights on all of these things. So I guess teams do have a similar editorial control that they do on Hard Knocks. Maybe the difference is to me that I find stories of these more premier players more interesting than some of the guys that, I don't know, it feels like they build up just to have, I don't know. I'm probably nitpicking because I think those are interesting too. Like I think the undrafted guy on the Raiders who earns a spot. Like I think those stories are cool to tell. I don't want to diminish that quest and that storyline of guys wanting their chance and battling for their chance. I just think quarterback is really good because it's going into the weeds on the most difficult position in sports. Maybe that's just it.
And that's it.
It's just the quarterback part of it.
That's the draw. You get an inside, behind the scenes look at what they actually do. And I actually like the personal side that Baker was able to show in episode 2. Last year, I remember watching it with Patrick Mahomes and how he was at the facility practicing, and then you also see him 7 or 8 o'clock at night getting a quarterback workout with his trainer and stuff to show people like this is how Patrick Mahomes is who he is in these type of situations. And it's not just what you do on the practice field, it's what you do with your rehab and how you continue to train your body and why he's so tough on the field and stuff like that. So you're getting that more than anything.
For sure. What did we learn in episode 2? Anything significant on Cam? There wasn't a whole lot of Cam in episode 2. It just showed the home opener against the Rams.
Yeah. He wanted to peg these elementary scores with the dodgeball.
I mean, that's the first thing, obviously, that jumps out about anything he says when he opens his mouth ever. there are few people in the world more competitive than Cam Ward, and whoever they are, I'd love to meet them.
Anything, man. I'm with Hawk on that one. This man turned a community service event into pretty much wanting to start war.
My wife and I were watching, and we both just started dying. It was funny. Also, he said he's 6'3". He's not 6'3".
What you giving him? 6'2"?
He's like 6'1".
Is he? Either way,
He's about my
man.
height. Yeah, he's about 6'1".
What I got from Cam's interaction, though, man, you never know. Watching him walk into that school, I think it's a KIP Academy.
Yeah, KIP Nashville.
KIP Nashville. How excited those kids were, and how I will also say, too, how Cam understands what it means to those kids. We go to those events sometimes as players, just like, okay, let me get in here. I don't know how they're going to receive me. Cam understood the assignment and absolutely lit those kids' attitudes up. So I was excited for him in that moment right there. That was probably one of the biggest highlights of the entire time that he had out there. You had a different point, though, I thought was super unique.
Yeah, I think the thing to me that sticks out after the Rams game is just how much respect he gets from his opponents.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask you about that.
Yeah.
How common or uncommon is that? To have defensive linemen, to have corners. Like Kobe Turner's the one who walks up to Cam after the game is like, man, good playing against you, man. Like, that throw on that touchdown was crazy. Like, you're going to be all right. I'm paraphrasing a little bit, but that was kind of the gist of it. How common or uncommon is that to be that complimentary of a young player talking to him after a game?
When you win on the opposing team, it's easy to go do it. But, like, in just totality, it's more common than you know. That's what those conversations are usually about, especially when it's a first-time guy. Like, I remember going against some dudes. Like I said, I always bring up the Myles Garrett because he's the most significant new guy that I've played at the position.
Sure.
That you kind of say to yourself, like, man, hey, you got it. If you just keep on moving in this direction. You see it more with, like, small skill guys when they go up to a dude that they respect and you realize that, hey, in a losing effort, you are a shining star in those moments. The cameras don't usually get it and players don't usually talk about it because the other part of it is guys are usually more cordial than I think the general fan realizes, even in the play. Like, I've seen guys get beat 1 or 2 times, and they'll end up smacking a guy, on the backside and be like, hey, that was it. You know what I'm saying? To really give a kudos to you are who I thought you were. Another guy that I remember doing that to was Chris Jones after the game, like dapping him up like, hey, you're going to be all right in this league because you see what he's capable of early in those moments. But to have that happen to Cam and it be caught on tape, not by just one player, it's like 2 or 3 guys that came up to him after the fact. Like, it lets you know the respect factor of what they saw on tape and how they were game planning against him. You was hoping he didn't do more of those passes. And when it happens like that, it's nothing but respect. It's like, we got you, but I can tell you're on your way. And I think Cam puts that off to a lot of people that he's up against. You see the fight in his game. You just want all of that to translate into the success. But to finally answer the question, it's more common. Nobody just talks about it as much because it's such a win-loss and hate-you-love type of situation.
Well, right. And you can, have fans judge you for not hating a rival enough, probably, because it doesn't have to be personal.
No doubt.
It can be, I imagine, but that's what's so interesting to me is the way that you all as NFL players are so aggressive in literal hand-to-hand combat against another human being.
Hate them.
That you can just shake their hand and ask how the wife and kids are about sometimes 20, 30 minutes later.
It's a switch.
It switches so quickly. Not all the time, but it is really interesting seeing that part of it and how much those Rams players are like, hey, man, you're going to be all right. Like, good playing.
Because that's the other. Like, some of those Rams players have probably dealt with some of the bad that they've had as a franchise, too.
Sure. Yeah.
And you can understand a player like Cam being put in a bad situation, and he's got the talent to get him over the top. It's more of an encouraging league than we give it credit for. It's a fraternity. I know Coach Mack said it all the time while he was on the air with us when we have conversations like, and you've seen it now numerous times. Well, you've seen it at the Combine. You've seen it in Mobile, the way the coaches interact with one another. Mm-hmm. You've seen it with the players that the Titans have. Like, it's more of a fraternity than I think we
definitely
speak about in those moments. But it checks out in those moments.
Well, because in some ways, players on different teams still do feel like they're on the same team.
Yeah.
Because you are in the fraternity of NFL players.
Yeah.
And you are all working together to earn more from CBAs and from NFLPA stuff. And you go, if you're in the same position as another guy, to things like Tight End U and OL Masterminds and D-Line Summit that also happens and like all these different things. Like, You are kind of all on the same team in some ways, and I think we forget that sometimes.
I couldn't understand, as we speak about the pleasantries that Kobe Turner and the Rams players gave to Cam after the game. I felt like the Baker Mayfield and Chauncey Gardner-Johnson one was a real one.
Yeah, that was real beef. And Baker Mayfield with Steve Wilkes as well.
I couldn't understand
his old interim head coach in Carolina.
But I couldn't understand the why on that situation.
I think that's just who C.J. Gardner-Johnson is from what we know about him.
Because there was a post that he was basically trash-talking Baker and saying that the Rams receivers needed good quarterback play.
I don't think it was Rams. I think it was Tampa. Like, if you gave Tampa a good quarterback, they'd be a good team.
So it was his
He
time
said that in a press conference, to the media. He said, if you gave them a good quarterback, they'd be good.
In episode 2, they went through all his teams. I got lost in translation there.
Yeah.
But he was trash-talking him, so Baker wanted to give it into his face.
It's kind of making me like Baker a little bit more.
I like Baker.
I know.
I liked him in Cleveland.
And he's grown up, too. I mean, this version of Baker Mayfield is not the guy who the Cleveland Browns drafted number 1 overall in 2018. Different guy. He's still at his core the same competitor, and he's still kind of a jerk when he needs to be, but it doesn't feel like he's that all the time.
How do we view, in hindsight, I'll give an answer as well, but how do we view the Baker Mayfield mountaintop that he was in Cleveland and the Deshaun trade? I feel, in my personal opinion, they chose not to love their own.
Well, I think it goes to show, don't just judge Cam Ward because he's in a bad situation right now.
Yeah, that's true. They went looking for a better quarterback in Deshaun Watson. I feel like they got fooled. Like, we've spoken often about the Houston Texans, Deshaun Watson, and how in the back end of his tenure there, they were behind in games a lot. Right. And somehow the fool's gold in which the Cleveland Browns chose to buy into, they're now wishing they can get rid of that, and Baker's flourishing as much as anybody in the NFL right now.
Well, it's an interesting one because in his last season in Cleveland, Baker Mayfield was not good.
But he is also injured.
He was 6-8. He was 6-8, 3,000 yards in 14 games, 61% completion, a quarterback rating of 83.1. Here's the question on situations like his and Sam Darnold's. Do you get the better version without the change of scenery?
God, that's hard.
Because if Baker Mayfield was still in Cleveland, I'm not sure he ever has to look himself in the mirror and make changes and find the joy in football again that he talks about, that he found in L.A. Because he mentions it, and you can see it, him and Sean McVay.
Yep.
Finding that again and understanding, like, this is what a team is supposed to be like. This is what football is supposed to be like. This is the culture that I was looking for.
Yeah.
I think it's hard to say that if Cleveland had held on to Baker Mayfield, he would be this. But at the same time,
there's something there, yeah.
You, as a Browns fan, have to feel cursed because you had this guy, you let him go, and now he gets even better because he's not wearing your uniform or is in your locker room.
It's the entire treatment of the quarterback position coming out of the draft, though, as well.
It is, and it's why it is so critical to get the supporting cast right away, to not break these guys and force them to need a change of scenery. And it's, again, why you've got to have patience with guys like Cam, understanding that you've got to build a cast around them, and you can't force them to be the main characters before they're ready to be.
And can we also add this to it as well? Going back to episode 1, you also got to have coaches that know how to navigate this.
And understand that on 3rd and 20, maybe it's not the best idea for Cam to pick what play he's running.
You took me down memory lane and saying, because that was one of the biggest questions that was in the post-press conference to Brian Callahan. Why did you run that play on 3rd and 24? That came up by a lot of people in the post-game interview after that Denver game. And kudos to Brian Callahan. This is your job as a coach. He did not throw Cam under the bus.
And he could have.
Looking at it now, he could have. I viewed it as two-sided. One, awesome by Coach Brian Callahan for just taking that one on the chin. That's on me. And it was.
Because ultimately it is on him because he gave Cam the choice of what play he wanted to run.
He did.
As a rookie in his first game on the road at Denver.
And everybody knew the scenario, too. Can't take a sack. We're trying to get points.
We talked about it a ton that morning. A ton that morning.
We did.
And it goes back to a point that you've made time and time again. Cam was given a little bit too much power early in his rookie season. As you saw this team start to become more of a run-first offense, over the last 6 or 7 games of the year, Cam Ward started to progress and started to put up better numbers. And they started to be more competitive in games.
And that's the Bo Hardigree of it all. With these two clips so far that we've seen after the games or during the games, is Bo Hardigree trying to tell him, just relax.
He did.
And in this episode, he's telling, be a leader.
Yeah.
Just kind of take a step back, take what the defense is going to give you. Maybe you have to check it down once or twice. That's okay. Just take your lumps, live to fight another day. And that's not exactly what he did to the beginning of the season. And to your point, that's kind of what he did at the end.
So what I think is interesting, too, is when you compare that to Joe Flacco talking after their win over the Packers.
Mm-hmm.
When they beat the Packers 13-10.
Yeah.
And Joe is walking off the field. And Joe's better part of 40.
Yeah.
Coming off the field saying, guys, it's embarrassing winning that way, but sometimes it's just what you got to do. That's what they're trying to teach Cam Ward in real time in his rookie season. Like, sometimes you are going to be a little bit embarrassed.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to be a little bit embarrassed. And we'll get to the episode where the Titans play the Browns, and I've seen the social media clips, and there was one that went viral from a Titans fan who put it out of what Cam told the locker room that's on the quarterback on the Netflix show, what he said in the locker room after the Browns came about, that was 3 good quarters of football, and then the last one was crap.
Yeah.
And Joe Flacco at 40 is giving the same message, but in a different way. And you see him in the second episode telling Cedric Tillman, Vol, hey, man, that's the way it's got to be sometime. Good job. Good work.
Ugly wins.
Way to get the job done.
Better than a 1-point
It's
loss.
the same message, but it's framed as a little bit more of a positive. And one way is not right or wrong. It's different leadership styles to give the same message of, yeah, man, that was not good enough. But we got the job done.
We got the job done. It's so much easier going into the facility on Monday.
I don't think there's a better or worse way to give that message, but understanding that that is truth in the NFL, that it's not always going to be pretty. That's what matters for Cam Ward to learn right now, is understanding. There may be guys, and Joe Flacco said it. He said it in his press conference that they show. Yeah, there's some guys open downfield I could have probably gone for, but games like this, you got to understand how the flow of the game is going. I'm paraphrasing the second part of it, but you just got to understand where to take your moments, where to pick your spots. That's what Cam started to learn later in the season. And to be fair, he needs more wide receivers that can separate between 0 and 10 yards to give him those options to check down to as well.
I wonder how hard that is for a young quarterback to not feel like they got to go for it every single time, because they come into the league usually as one of the best prospects that you are in college, and probably have been for a couple of years, or at least have one of the biggest years of your life, like a Jaden Daniels, right? And you got to kind of say to yourself, like, if we're up only by 3, or we're down, or we're even, or we're tied, when do I go for it, and when do I learn to just take the layups? As Bo Hardigree was just telling them, like, man, when it gets boring, it's good. That's one of the things I forever have said to myself as far as my technique, my play, and just the consistency that you have to have. And that's what Bo was trying to teach Cam. It's just like, we're just looking for consistency. Because it's so hard in the NFL. 2 things are super hard in the NFL. It's hard to win, and it's hard to stay consistent. And that's why the ones who are really good, and we're looking at that wide receiver list in last hour, we're talking about Jamar Chase. No, earlier in this hour, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Puka Nacua. Like, you look at JSN, Jackson Smith and Jigba, you kind of say to yourself, like, oh, okay, like, being consistent gets you at the top 10 point. And that's where, as a young quarterback, finding that when everything, like a Sam Darnold, when everything is put on you, how do you find consistency and also say, yeah, I'm just trying to make plays? You know, that's where I was watching Drake May as of late, or watching Bryce Young. Them finding consistency has led to them being NFL caliber starters, and that's so hard.
Well, and Caleb Williams, we could box score scout and say he had a mediocre season with a 58% completion percentage and 27 touchdowns and 7 picks. His team went 11-6, and he had 6 fourth-quarter comebacks.
Bro.
He had 6 game-winning drives.
And now
I take that every day of the week. If you gave me again, it's why I think the stat that's most important for Cam this year is wins. Show us some promise that you can be the guy. Like, I'll take a 56% completion percentage if you're going out there and giving me 4 or 5 game-winning drives. Absolutely. Go win games. Go find a way. That's what matters right now for this organization. And to get the fans bought totally back in, not only on you as a player, but on just the direction of the team. Because I get it. You guys are tired of silver linings and the losses and feeling like there's a division race happening independent of you that you're not really a part of. I totally get the frustration. So getting back into relevance, getting back to average this season, getting back to the point where your quarterback can go on more drives like you did against Arizona and show more flashes. That's the important part. That's the number one priority for 2026.
You get that by dubs. And that's why, like I said, just looking at the path that Cam was on last year and some of the behind the scenes we've seen in this quarterback documentary, that's why I'm still, and if we look at the trends, saying, like, as it stands right now, Cam's a co-star. He can still win an Oscar. He can still win an Oscar in that role. But he'll be a better version of himself if he takes the advice of what Bo Hardiger gave him in that first. And that's so as edgy,
it's hard to learn.
It is.
It's really hard to learn.
And you hate getting burned too.
Mm-hmm.
Like Sam Darnold got burned hard. Baker Mayfield got burned bad in this league. There's so many quarterbacks or players in general, they got burned in this league, and you can get fired and never play again behind that.
Right. The thing that Chicago had and Caleb Williams had last year, though, to allow Caleb Williams to be 58% and go 11-6, they were the number 3 rushing offense of the NFL last year.
Wow, that's crazy how that relates. Crazy how that relates.
One helps the other. It is still a team sport.
Who's been consistent in Nashville, Tennessee at that?
Tony Pollard.
Tony Pollard. And if you get more of that.
Maybe not good enough to be number 3 in the league.
Right.
How good is Cam Ward this year if you have a top half of the league running offense?
Balance.
Because it also means you're probably in more games and means your defense is playing well enough to where you don't have to abandon the run game. 615-737-1045. What have you thought about quarterback so far? Whether you want to just talk about episode 2 like we are this morning as we go one by one, or if you have watched the whole thing, let us know your takeaways. We'll get to your calls after this. Ramon Will on 104.5 The Zone, wrapping up the first half of the show. 615-737-1045, our number. Ramon Foster, Will Bowling, get you some more World Cup talk coming up here in 10 minutes and a World Cup update from Westwood One. I am enjoying quarterback, though. And, again, if there is a more competitive human than Cam Ward out there, I'd love to meet him.
Gotta see him.
The dodgeball stuff was very funny. And seeing episode 1 of the way him and his parents related to each other, I know he was a troublemaker growing up.
You could tell.
Oh, my gosh.
He got it in him, man. He absolutely got it in him. But that's when you have kids, like, you got to find out where they are and what's allowed with them. With some kids, they have to get burned. And I think that was Cam Ward growing up. He had to get burned. And as many times as you wanted to stop him from doing what he wanted or chose to do, he was going to just go fail to succeed regardless. And I think that's why you see his parents, man, who've been phenomenal in his upbringing, and also his sisters. Because for him to say him and his sister was fighting and put a hole into the wall lets you know that was a very, very close-knit and very competitive family. I thought it was fascinating, too, the rapper Wale, who I'm a fan of, man. I'm not sure if you've heard any of his music.
Yeah.
But it was, where is he at?
If I heard Wale, of course.
Wale, yeah, No Hands, right? Yeah, he was on there as well.
Yep.
But Wale tweeted out yesterday, which lets you know who's watching this, and I'm sure he's watching because he's a D.C. fan, Washington, D.C. fan, Commanders fan because of Jaden Daniels, but he tweets out yesterday, LOL, Cam Ward was really fighting the urge to light them kids up in dodgeball. LOL, future Hall of Famer. I just retweeted it as well because I'm a fan of Wale, but this is Titan-centric, and here he is, to me, one of my rappers I like to listen to, talking about Cam Ward. But that is just it. Oh, LOL, Cam fighting the urge. That just shows you where he is. And I would say this too: the coaches and teammates that surround him, being able to channel that in the right direction is always going to be a thing for young guys. And I bring this up just simply because the league is so hard, it's ever changing so much that you can see or watch. Cam even showed it when he was watching film in the first episode. By the way, he was watching the Jets defense as they put 2 D linemen in the A-gap, 2 linebackers, and he dropped everybody out in coverage. Just there's a lot that he hadn't seen, and he acknowledged, like, I've never seen this blitz or this front before. And who's to say that that's not something that Robert Saleh threw on tape just to mess with the opposing team that they were going to play in the future. But again, his teammates, himself, his support team, man, curating him into being a real quarterback for this Tennessee Titans team in the NFL is what's most important. I think we'll see that growth with the staff that he has right now, hopefully.
The other thing that I found interesting and funny, Baltimore. How are we not giving Joe Flacco's family a suite to watch the game when he came back to Baltimore? The owner can go say hey to Flacco and say, oh, so good to see you again. And yet you got the parents sitting out there. You got mom and the kids sitting out there in the in the like 100 or 200 level. What are we doing?
They were up.
Come on, Steve Bisciotti. What are we talking about?
Man,
I'm sure he would have paid for some of it. Come on, man. We're putting mom and kids out there in the elements with the Ravens fans all around him. Come on, Steve. What are we talking about?
It was hilarious.
Guy won you a Super Bowl.
Yes, he did. An MVP of said Super Bowl.
MVP. What are we talking about? I know he plays for a division rival now, but
it's the Browns.
Come on, man. Like, and then very funny that his wife and kids all benched him on his fantasy team.
Love that.
That's real.
What was also funny, too, is the Flacco's inability to relate to the doggone face shield.
Oh, so funny. It's like, what does that actually do for you?
It's time.
Nothing. Oh, okay.
It's time.
Kids these days.
He got to leave now.
615-737-1045 is our number. Hour 3 coming up next. England choked again, and honestly, I kind of feel bad for them. Tell you why they choked. Coming up next. Second half of the show in hour 3 getting started on this Thursday morning edition of Ramon and Will. 615-737-1045, the number. We'll talk with Eric Kane of the Sports Animal in Knoxville about his new show, about the new Vols season with SEC Media Days just 4 days away for the Vols. That'll be at 8:20 this morning. Your phone calls at 615-737-1045. You just heard the World Cup update. Big missed opportunity not to call that a World Cup date from Westwood One. England choked again, Ramon, and I honestly feel sorry for them. I really do. A lot of people that love to stick it to England for whatever reason, maybe it's just because I watch a lot of English football. I just feel for them. That is as heartbreaking of a way to lose as it is. Yesterday, up 1-0 early second half. Lionel Messi with 2 assists in the last 10 minutes. What are y'all talking about over there?
He told him just.
I didn't want to interrupt you, but I was just going to say, just be better then. If you're going to feel sorry for them, just be better.
Okay.
They got to win.
I'm sorry.
It's their own fault for not winning.
It's Thomas Tuchel's fault, the manager.
That's true.
What I was getting to was, what's the worst way to lose? That or getting crushed the way the U.S. did against Belgium?
That way.
I'd rather get crushed.
I'd rather get crushed. That way I know I'm out already.
Yep.
Like, it's decided.
Facts.
The way Bellingham was talking trash and their goalie was super over the flamboyant and how he was celebrating, those almost misses. And
it's
everything.
funny watching you experience Jordan Pickford for the first time.
Is this his attitude usually?
Yeah. It's just,
Okay.
And a lot of goalies are that way when there are defensive mistakes that lead to you having to make a save. You just chew out everyone around you.
No doubt. And, I get that. But legitimately looking at him, sir, there's still time on the clock. And you play one of the hardest positions ever. It's like poking a bear on, Myles Garrett or Aaron Donald. Sir, we got 2 minutes left, and we're up by 3.
Messi can see you.
yeah. They're at the 40. Don't tick them off. And that's exactly what it was. And, I much rather get the brakes beat off.
So here's my thing. Normally, I would agree with you.
Yeah.
But for where the United States is right now as a soccer country, I would rather lose like this. Because it would at least show that we're making progress and getting closer to beating a team like Belgium at this level. Because the way that you lost, 12 years removed from taking Belgium to extra time and having a really good chance to beat them with Chris Wondolowski's shot in stoppage time at the end of the second half.
Yeah.
You feel like you've regressed against the same country 12 years later, albeit a worse version of the same country. So for where the U.S. is right now, where we do have to take moral victories because we're not this level of team, I would have rather lost like this. But normally I would agree with you that I'd rather get blown out than lose like that.
Yeah, and it's never easy. And like you said, the personal side of it for England, I think, is what throws this situation off even more. And you're also being made a mockery of on social media.
Oh, absolutely.
With that conversation of them always blowing it, them being the European version of the Dallas Cowboys. Respectfully, Cowboys fans, we're sorry. It's just always is this way.
And honestly, they're closer to the pre-2026 Knicks than they even are the Cowboys, because the Cowboys don't have to go back that far to find a championship.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been since 66 for England, who invented the sport.
Yeah. And the other side, too, right now, they're being aura-formed by everybody posting the Messi, reaction. He got triggered.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it, what Ramon's talking about is Jude Bellingham, the player for Real Madrid, who is England's best player in this tournament, is getting into it with Messi, and Messi just kind of looks at him, mean mugs him, and nods his head okay, interesting.
It was the Jordan documentary.
He's I took that personally.
And I took that personally.
Right.
It was exactly that.
It's you poked the bear, and then look what happened.
He's the new meme. This will be used on NFL
it'll be used for everything.
It'll be used forever because that is the reaction of somebody. It's one of them. You talking? And Bellingham, as you said, is one of the best players out. You don't poke the bear.
No.
Who's the most poke the bear moment you can think of real quick?
I mean, Jordan is the one, right?
Brady?
Not someone you want to make angry. Yeah. LeBron, the meme of him when they were down 3-1 to the Warriors, and there's the picture of him doing an interview with his headphones in, and the graphic is, no team has ever come down to the NBA Finals from down 3-1 to win. That was the kind of the similar type thing to what Messi showed yesterday.
Reggie Miller, Knicks, when he finally hit
sure.
Spike Lee with the choke.
It's a good one.
Like,
a good one.
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield with C.J. Gardner-Johnson, clearly, that we watched in quarterback, kind of the same vibe.
Facts.
So there are 2 occasions in the 21st century of a team scoring first in the semifinal but losing. Both of them are England. 2 occasions where the team that has scored first in the FIFA World Cup semifinal hasn't made the final. England in 2018 against Croatia, England in 2026 against Argentina. The average possession from Anthony Gordon's goal in the 55th minute up to Lautaro Martinez's goal in the 92nd, England had the ball for 12% of that period of the game. You know how low that is? You've got to work hard to only have 12% of the possession. Like 30% would be considered too low.
It's like
40%, I think, would be considered low for England, the way they were managing the game. The best defense in this sport is managing possession and forcing a team defending you to chase the ball.
Yeah.
That is the way that you put away a game when you have the midfield players that England has. That's the thing, is that there are not a ton of teams around the world that have the talent and the quality to be able to kill games with the ball. Yeah. England has it. Their midfield alone is worth over $400 million in transfer fees. Between Jude Bellingham, now the most expensive British player of all time, and Elliot Anderson, who just moved from Nottingham Forest to Man City, and the best player on the best team in England last year in Declan Rice. Keep those players on the field and just force Argentina to defend. And all that being said, that's why I think Spain wins on Sunday, because Argentina won't be able to get possession. And if Spain goes up, the way Spain plays, they are a high possession, once you lose the ball, you're not getting it back anytime soon type of team. I think they're going to force Argentina to defend. And I don't think Argentina has the players to get Messi the ball in dangerous areas against that Spanish backline and midfield.
My reaction to watching Spain, they attack.
They have 1 goal conceded in the whole tournament.
They attack.
They have allowed 1 goal. They will not crumble the way England did. And they're also mentally just stronger. Like, they've been there. They're the defending European champions for a reason, and they beat England in the last European championship. They are going to be able to close out a game against Argentina. And that's been the big reason why Argentina's here, is that late in games, they find a way. I don't see Spain crumbling under that pressure the way every other opponent Argentina has played has. I think Argentina wins by I think Spain wins by multiple goals, personally.
They move like a bunch of fire ants. Spain does. Like, it is nonstop. The way you want to settle in with the ball in your possession, if you're the opposing team with them, they don't allow you to. Like, they attack. They get up on you quickly. And we mentioned this while you were out, but like their conditioning, it has to be through the roof with how they are as a club. And if that is the way Spain plays, the only pushback I have on it is Argentina and Messi are forever in the mindset, we'll just win it late. Like, they've said this numerous times. They've done this numerous times already in this World Cup. So I want to see how a team that can be as aggressive as Argentina is offensively answer this call. Like, this is one of those sports cliches, the best offense versus the best defense. Who wins? Usually it's defense, but we'll see.
I actually wouldn't say Spain is the best offense.
Well, I would say
I think France probably is the best attack.
France is the best attack.
Spain's the best ball control possession team. That's kind of where you're at. Here's the example I would give. Spain has the ability, if we're equating this to football, to run the ball enough to where Argentina and their quarterback can't be on the field. Like, this is kind of like the old Titans with Derrick Henry.
Best defense is a good offense.
Yeah. Like, you can play possession and ball control and play defense by just running out the clock.
No doubt.
And having 40 minutes of time of possession. That's what Spain's going to do to Argentina. To where those attackers don't have room to operate or the time to operate because they never have the ball. So that's what I think is going to happen. I think it's Spain 2-0.
2-0?
Yeah.
They got good enough offense.
2-0 or 2-1. They've been a little inconsistent, honestly. Like, it's taken bringing on a midfielder named Mikel Merino, again, Premier League champion in Arsenal. He scored 2 game-winning goals off the bench against Belgium and Portugal, coming off the bench. And Mikel Oyarzabal, the right way to say it, I love doing the lisp, is a good striker. He's not elite. He's fine.
Yeah.
They don't have that attacking firepower beyond. I'll say this: they don't have the attacking firepower down the middle. Yeah. They do on the wings. Like Lamine Yamal is a super talent, but they are more known for the way they possess and just force you to defend and defend and defend, and they just wear you down. And then they pick their moment to get forward and score a goal. Yeah. Have you seen the picture of Messi and baby Yamal?
Yes.
It's everywhere
I thought
already.
It was AI generated.
No, very
it's
real.
real.
Very real. It's crazy. You get ready to see that picture nonstop. I'm sure Tom Rinaldi will have a feature story about it on the 4 hours of pregame coverage that Fox is doing. But he did it for a charity photo shoot. Lamine Yamal's, I think, mom won a raffle or something for a charity photo shoot with Lionel Messi. And there is a picture of Messi bathing a baby Lamine Yamal. And now they are playing each other in the World Cup final.
That's a big baby.
Storyline.
Yeah, he's chubby cheeks.
Baby.
You would have thought he'd be a center back
brother.
looking at him.
I know, but look at his little brother. His little brother's chunky that they show all the time like that, which is kind of fascinating. Lamine Yamal, you see him that's super cool. I didn't realize he's only 19.
Yeah, he just turned 19 this week.
I know we have.
We were talking about it Tuesday.
I know.
He turned 19 on Monday.
It's a different world right there. But he was born a phenom, clearly, with him taking baby pictures with Messi. I mean, this was his pathway.
Well, I mean, I don't know if they knew at that age he was even going to play the sport, but
the gods knew. We're just living in a big simulation.
I mean, he was bathed by the goat. What else can you do?
James on YouTube says third place game should be good. I doubt it.
Why not?
They'll play their backups.
Oh, England and
half of England's team is hurt too. Like Bukayo Saka, Declan Rice, both injured, carrying big injuries. They're not going to play. Arsenal and Man City players had to play 50 to 60 games this past year. They're just worn down. That was always my concern with England, was their big players have to play more games than any other team in the world because their league goes down to the wire more than any other league in the world and is more competitive top to bottom. So the wear and tear on a full season for the English players is significant compared to France and Spain, where you are able to rotate guys in and out and get more rest during the season. Yeah. Was always my concern on England. Lonzo in here has always something wise to say. Says World Cup talk with a bunch of Z's emojis, like sleeping. Usually Lonzo only falls asleep in here when Tennessee beats Mississippi State and stuff, and he goes into hiding. But I guess we won't be hearing from him on this either. Andrew in Hendersonville on the phone, 615-737-1045. What's up, Andrew?
That was good.
How's it going, guys? Good morning.
Good morning, Andrew.
My question is for you, Ramon. How are y'all kind of navigating the college recruitment phase of y'all's life with RJ as compared to kind of how you might have navigated that process when you were being recruited out of high school?
Oh, it's so much different. It's so intricate in baseball because there's so many different levels and how it goes. Like you got high D1, mid D1, and you got low D1, and you got so many other schools though too. I'll give you a point as far as how we're navigating it right now. We visited a school here recently and ended up getting an offer there. Now it's starting to uptick a lot more with each inning that he's had so far. Starting this week, he just got back from Alabama this past weekend. A lot of college coaches contacting him there. Starting tomorrow, we got to go down to Georgia, play in a tournament. He pitches Saturday. From Saturday, I'll be leaving on Sunday, and my wife, I got to go get her a one-way rental with RJ, my mother-in-law, and him. They'll be going to a school in South Carolina visiting them because the coaches want to see him on campus to give an offer then. Then he got to go to South Carolina. From South Carolina, they will fly out of Raleigh, come back to Tennessee. Wednesday, he has an off day and leaves back out on Thursday to go back to another tournament in Florida. And that's been a whole whirlwind. I feel like football is a little bit more centralized in how they contact you, talk to you, and want you on campus. Baseball is a little bit of everywhere because there's so many teams with a lot to offer. And baseball is one of those things in which if you got a field, you got the technology, which most schools do right now. Every school has the ability. And how it works, too, is the biggest issue is football, there's time for development. Baseball don't really allow a whole lot of that to happen. The way I would phrase it is this. When it comes down to what schools are offering as far as money, scholarship, et cetera, and the biggest thing for my kid in particular when it comes down to it is reps. I would say for anybody that's got a kid that's probably playing a baseball sport, softball sports, where can you get on the field the quickest is probably where it amounts to, because we've seen guys get drafted out of high school or from small schools in the MLB because they like what they see on the mound or on the field, no matter the position that you're in. So I think the biggest thing would be, where can you get better and develop, and how many reps can you get? Because in baseball, you got to be in it to actually be good at it. There's no room to sit. And I don't care if you go Bama, Tennessee, mid-tier, lower tier, as far as the levels of colleges that you're choosing to. It, Andrew, amounts to who's going to play them, if that makes sense.
Thank you for the call, Andrew. Appreciate
that, Andrew.
It's a big process for sure.
It's a big.
And probably a lot different in baseball than it was in football, too.
Way different. Football is, like I said, they see you. You're going to where the projections are. Baseball is a little bit, we need it now and sooner than I think football is. There's not much grace, I think, given in the world of baseball as it is in football. And as long as they see, and there's so many analytics that go into it as well, to whereas football is he big, is he fast, can he run, can he lift? In baseball, it is vertical break, horizontal break, velo, RPMs on the ball, or what is it, 60 time if you got an infield player in glove time. And then if you're an infield player, and let's say you play shortstop, do they project you to be an outfielder more than a shortstop? And if a team has that player. So it is a lot. We got I told Will on the break earlier, we got a busy 2.5 weeks coming up, which is a good thing. That's where you want to be at in the mix. But it's going good, though.
I remember I actually found it the other day in my email, sending my first email to the Tennessee recruiting coordinator of, hello, my name is Will. I'm going into my senior year. I live in Brentwood, Tennessee. This is my mile time. This is my 2-mile time. I would love to talk more about running for the Vols. Because in most sports, you have to reach out if you're interested. And I walked on. So obviously that kind of got the ball rolling. And most people walk on in my sport, distance running and cross country, and track. But man, it's a process.
It is.
But y'all are handling it well.
As a parent, oh my gosh.
Yeah. I feel like so much is out of your control.
Yeah. Yes. 100%.
I can't imagine.
You get one problem solved, and then a new problem shows up.
Right.
In a good way, is what I mean.
615-737-1045 is our number. Coming up, another Ramon and Will draft. I am looking forward to this one. Football cliches. Things you would say about a team during a game, about a player that you hear all the time that, in a good or bad way, you just say all the time. As we get closer to football season. That's next. What's going on? It's Will Boulding. Is your home's air conditioning keeping up this summer? Well, Lee Company has you covered. Lee Company's team of professional technicians will give your home's AC a tune-up as well as seasonal cleaning and maintenance to help you stay ahead of the heat and humidity outside. Don't let your AC fail this summer. Head on over to LeeCompany.com to schedule your appointment today. Lee Company's got over 80 years of experience. They've been trusted in Middle Tennessee since 1944. They're available 24/7, a multi-award-winning great place to work with 16 community locations in Tennessee, Kentucky, Alabama, and Georgia. So if you've come home from work, if you've woken up in the middle of the night and you've realized that your AC unit is not working properly during this heat wave in Middle Tennessee, head on over to LeeCompany.com. Get things fixed for the pros who have been in business for over 80 years in this area. That's LeeCompany.com. Lee Company, all you need.
A lot of things going on in the world of diamonds these days, but here's something you need to know. Right now is the best time to buy a natural diamond. Prices are at a nearly 50-year low. This is one of the world's most rare precious stones, and they are at their best prices in modern times. So If you're looking to get the extreme value, this is it. These are where real Mother Earth diamonds formed billions of years ago are. And nobody has more diamonds than my friends at Genesis Diamonds. Genesis has every shape, every size diamond in stock. Perfectly cut diamonds, excellent symmetry, maximum dazzle. Get into Genesis now and find out how big a diamond you can get at a price that you never thought was possible. Genesis is the source for all fine jewelry. They got colored gemstones. They have gold. They got fashion jewelry from the world's top designers. Hard to find luxury pre-owned timepieces as well. Their non-commissioned experts can help you navigate any purchase from engagement rings to exquisite heirloom jewelry. Around here, I'm here to tell you, Genesis is the go-to for people in the know. Genesis Diamonds are located in Green Hills and Cool Spring and the official jeweler of the Titans.
If you have a 2, 3, or 4% mortgage rate, don't refinance it. You don't have to, but you can still get cash out of your home. Introducing Loan Pronto's zero-cost equity loan. What's going on? It's Will Bowling. That's right. With Loan Pronto, you can get all the cash you need without touching your first mortgage and without any fees. One local homeowner just got $100,000, paid off all their credit cards, paid off their existing HELOC, remodeled their kitchen, and saved over $1,500 per month. It gets better. There's no hard credit pull up front, usually no appraisal, and no long, drawn-out process. And listen, no closing costs. You may even be able to skip your next 2 house payments. So call Loan Pronto now. Leave your low-rate mortgage intact, but get the cash you need in as little as 2 weeks without paying closing costs. That's loanpronto.com. See how much you can get right now at 615-499-5780. That's 615-499-5780. Online at loanpronto.com. For qualified homeowners, equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, NMLSconsumeraccess.org. Ramon Will on 104.5 The Zone into a Ramon and Will draft. Ramon Foster, Will Bowling, Justin Hawkins, the best football cliches. The topic this morning. I'm excited about this one. How long is y'all's list? I didn't write anything down. I just have so many in my head.
I got like 20.
Okay.
I got like 40.
Fantastic. Well, let's spin the wheel then and see who's picking first. Here we go. Justin again. Wow.
Wow.
I actually didn't really want to go first.
Oh, wow. I'm sorry.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Oh, you didn't?
I don't know what's number one.
You losing? How about that?
Who won last week?
I don't know.
I did.
Oh, okay. I was bragging, Cam.
It's awesome. Maybe not next week. But
Spinning a second time. Here we go. It is me. Man, that's been the order, I think, like 3 times.
It has.
Okay.
I'm changing my name to Nomar after this.
Nomar.
Clearly, that one doesn't like Ramones on the app.
Well, I should just put an E on it, like a lot of our listeners do.
I hate that.
Though you get an E and then I get an I in my last name.
Boiling. Yeah.
When is it ever? I get the W because you spell the sport BOWL, but where does the I come from? We got to open the schools. As Slay was talking about the other day on 3HL. Let's open the schools.
He did. That what I call.
Got a lot of children that have been left behind.
I hate I missed that conversation by Savage. It was a good one. It was a good one.
It was good. All right. Football cliches, Justin Hawkins. What you got?
a lot.
Well,
Again, I don't know if I want to go first. Can we go backwards? No, I'm just kidding.
Nope.
All right, let's go this one. I don't know if it's the number one overall pick, but it's something that every coach probably says every week leading into it. It says, we're just trying to be 1-0 this week.
It's a good one.
We're just trying to be 1-0 this week.
That's a great one.
Forget last week. Forget the week after. We're just trying to be 1-0 this week.
Okay.
That's a solid one.
I like it. 1-0 this week. I'm thinking of this a little bit differently. I can already tell from what both of you are. So I think I can save a couple of these for later because y'all aren't going to say them. Mm-hmm. Let's go with it's a game of inches. Mm-hmm. Game of inches. Classic football cliche. You see a ball go through the back of the end zone for a touchback versus a touchdown. Oh, it's just a game of inches. Mm-hmm. That ball just bounced differently. You know, you miss a first down by just a little bit. Oh, it's just a game of inches, isn't it? Game of inches.
Yep, that's a good one.
Very overused. But
it is.
Still true. What you got? First pick, Ramon.
Especially in football. This is such a good one in my personal opinion. Iron sharpens iron.
Oh, that's a great one. That's biblical, too.
I know.
Literally where it comes from.
No, it is. But it's so used. And it says, I'm going back to back. I figured that'd be a good one to start with. Iron sharpens iron. I got 2 pages of this, man. Let me see.
You got another pick.
I do. Rather say woe than sick 'em.
I had never heard that until you.
That's
Really?
yours.
Honestly.
That's
Yeah.
mine?
That's just,
your
I think that's a
cliche.
you
I'll
phrase.
take that away?
But, I mean, I'll put it on there.
No, it's too late now. I guess I made
Much
it.
like
right?
Will, I don't think I've ever heard that before.
Really?
But you say it all the time.
Yes, you do.
So now it is a
But that's
cliche.
okay. I mean, it
is
makes
a
sense.
cliche.
And it's also something I would agree
Let's
with.
say woe than sick 'em.
Uh-huh. Okay. I'm going to go. Let's see. I just had it. What was I going to do? Dang it. I should have written these down. My second cliche is. Let me go back to a list that I found here just a minute ago. There we go. I found it. I'm going to say kind of 2 phrases that are basically the same here. When you call a player scrappy/lunch pail guy. Scrappy/lunch pail guy. Let's face it. White slot receivers.
I was just.
Let's just say the quiet part out loud. When we talk about a white quarterback that's mobile, it can run a little bit.
Yo.
Scrappy
Yep.
/ lunch
He
pail.
brings his lunch pail to
Every
work.
day, first in, last out.
Well, that's a different one. You could pick that too.
Yeah, you could.
Yep. Lunch pail guy.
Good one.
Justin?
All right, let's go with a local favorite from a few years ago with one Mike Vrabel. We have to play better, we got to coach better.
Oh, you're going to win now just based off that? Dang it.
Play better, coach better.
How did we not think of that?
Because that was the most overused thing he could ever say.
You are definitely going to win this poll now. Just go ahead and pack it up.
Yo,
It's well done by you. Gotta play better.
Should we pull at the heartstrings and do the other one?
What's the other one?
Don't do dumb bleep to hurt the team.
See, now you're just totally pandering. Now you're just totally pandering. Now I'm losing respect for you.
Don't do dumb bleep to hurt the team.
That's a good one, Hog.
Like, get with a reporter. That's dumb bleep to hurt the team.
Yes, it is, Will.
Not a single lie I was told there.
You're right.
Okay. Well, let me add those to the graphic, and then I'll make my next one.
My next two.
Don't do dumb bleep to hurt
That's such a good one.
the team.
I hate that that's so good, Hog.
Mike Vrabel just has loads of them.
Yeah, he did. Good football coach loves a cliche. Loves a cliche.
What he just told me in my ear, don't ask about it. He cannot say it on the radio, okay?
It's okay. I just told him.
You say too much of, like, if you're going to say something, say it for everybody to hear it.
I don't know if everybody can hear.
Well, then don't say it to us. Say it on the break.
No,
Dang it.
Say that one. I don't know if he can say that one, Will. I'm going to be real
No,
with
you can't.
You want to
You
stay
can't.
away from this
Inappropriate for the year.
one. Yeah.
I'm going to go for my next one. Something you would say as a fan that is a cliche at a game. Big third down here.
Big third down.
Big third down here.
Yep.
It's the favorite thing to say when you are watching a game with people. It's a very dad thing to say. Like, gotta have this. Big third down here is a great football cliche.
These are some good ones, man.
So that's more the way I'm thinking about this is not just coaches and players, but like what you would say as a football fan of things you say all the time. Big third down here is a classic thing to say at a football game.
Yeah.
When has there ever not been a big third down?
It always is a big third down.
Always a big third down.
Always, man.
Yeah.
It's on me now.
It is on you for 2 straight.
Next man up. Next man up. That's my one. That's
Very good one.
If Hulk goes for that one, I have to take this one.
Very good
I feel
one.
like I'm losing this one already. Next man up. Let me see. What's another good one? I got my last pick right here. Got to play complimentary football.
Good one.
Got to play
That's
Gotta
complimentary
play
football.
complimentary football.
Gotta
That's
play
another Mike Vrabel one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta
I'm
play
telling you, he's got-
complimentary football.
Never mind.
I think I've rounded out that one pretty good.
That's a very good one.
I appreciate that.
It's a very good one.
Gosh, I got it. Where you at, Will?
I'm going to say this one, I'm trying to find a way to put it into words because it is something that we talk a ton about. I'm going to say when you say that someone has put on good weight or just in general comments about a player's weight changing.
Yeah.
Because you can go either direction with this. So
He's changed his body.
that's the way I'm going to put it. When a player has changed their body.
That is a good one. Oh, that's a good one.
That, I mean, sometimes it matters.
It does.
Like I would say Jeffrey Simmons last year would argue like, no, it helped me get to a next level. Like it's interesting. It's a story to tell. But we talk about these like 5 to 10 pounds in either direction. Like it's going to be a make or break. And just get ready in 2 weeks when training camp opens.
You know it.
What'd you do differently this offseason? You feel like your body's the same or different? Yeah, I ate more red meat. Like, okay.
No. I got it for you. Seed oil.
Seed oil is a big one.
We are such prisoners to this, man.
That's going to be a cliche before long.
It is.
Justin, the final pick, please. Mr. Irrelevant.
There's so many. I'm not Mr. Irrelevant. I've won
This
too
pick
many.
is Mr. Irrelevant. I'm not saying you.
There's so many.
You love
choose
to
from.
remind everyone that you win these polls.
Yeah.
It's your favorite thing to do.
I do. I sit back here and enjoy it.
Uh-huh.
I've got a big trophy case back here.
Okay.
So there's so many to choose from, so many obvious cliches, but I'm going to do one where every coach at halftime, when they're down, they've had some interceptions, maybe some fumbles, have to take care of the football. Duh.
Have to take care of the football.
If you want to win the football game, you've got to take care of the football.
Yeah, good call, coach.
Duh.
That's a good one.
Like, good analysis.
Yeah.
Go into halftime, tell your team that.
I like it.
That's a good one as well.
All right. So Justin has trying to go 1-0 this week. Got to play better, got to coach better. Don't do dumb bleep to hurt the team and have to take care of the football.
Elite.
I've got game of inches, scrappy / lunch pail guy, big third down here, and player X has, quote, changed their body.
That's good.
Ramon has iron sharpens iron. I'd rather say whoa than sick 'em. Next man up and got to play complimentary football.
Yeah. These are good.
Those
These
are
are
all good
good.
picks. All good
We got
picks.
some good ones. Right
I like
there.
it.
I left some bangers off though.
We
man.
both did. We both did. Undrafteds, what you got? What do we miss?
Defense wins championships.
Oh, how did no one say that?
I thought it was too easy.
Yeah.
But I mean that's like a first round caliber pick. How did we not put that? How did I not put that?
Have to go back and watch tape.
A matchup of good on good.
Good on good. That's
Good
a good
on
one.
good. Can't coach speed.
Control the
Can't
line of
coach
scrimmage.
Speed.
Father Time is undefeated.
Father Time is
Ooh,
undefeated.
that is
That's
a
a really
I
good
got
one.
a good one player to player. He's still in checks. That's another good one where he's washed at that point.
Take it one game at a time.
I got a good one for commentators. Check down Charlie.
Yeah. When someone has or someone has track speed.
Oh, yeah.
But in reality, that guy ran like an 11-second 100-meter dash in high school. They don't actually have track speed.
Playing not to lose.
Moves well in space. Mm-hmm. Playing not to lose is just one across all sports. I mean, England played not to lose the other day. And then now they're out of the World Cup.
A good one for mine from Coach Tomlin. I want volunteers, not hostages.
Oh, that's a great one. Let's see. In the F&M Bank chat, quarterback of the defense.
Quarterback of the defense.
Someone is quarterback of the defense.
Yeah.
It's a war of attrition.
Yes.
Establish the run. That's the other one. I can't believe I didn't say this. Run the damn ball. Hey, run the ball, coach.
Run the ball.
Run
Yes.
the damn ball.
I see one right now. Duck wins it right now, in my personal opinion. Halftime adjustments.
Yep. Which don't actually really happen that much when you have a 13-minute
Really?
halftime.
Not really.
Duck also says, Duck is cooking right now. He says, got to stop the run to rush the passer. That's so good.
We need to score more points.
Hey, I gotta go.
Yep.
Can't make the club in the tub.
Oh, yeah, that's a great one.
One.
Hey, you know what? I'm just happy to be here.
I'm just happy to be here. Gotta win the trenches.
I'm here so I don't get
I don't know if
fined.
I get that one as much.
Win. Eye in the sky don't lie.
Yeah, that's another good one.
Eye in the
Any
sky
given
don't lie.
Sunday.
What was Fulmer's go-to cliche?
Eye in the sky don't lie. That was
Yeah.
his. Gotta win the trenches. Man, our good is better than their good. We're better. That's another good one from him. Big Dog used to cook, boy. He used to.
I know he did.
Game Matt, well, he had that look in his eye. Them eyes get squinty, man.
I'm surprised you
Them
didn't
lips
use
poke out.
the very famous Steelers motto here of the standard is the standard.
I'm trying to listen, man. gotta be clean above board, man. With this one, but that's iron sharpens iron. Establish the run.
Yeah, run the damn ball. I meant to put that one. I just forgot. That was
Bend,
high on
don't
my
break.
list.
Put your face in the fan.
Face of the fan. That's a good
Face
one.
in the fan is a good one. Won the trenches.
This was good.
Eyes in the backfield.
What did we miss? 615-737-1045. Oh, James, another one real quick. High football IQ. When you have that, or just mentioning that a quarterback is the son of a coach. Or here's another one, mentioning that a wide receiver was a high school quarterback. You know, he played quarterback in high school. He's got a high football IQ. Okay? I shouldn't use my Charles Davis impression of
Don't
that
do
because
CD like that.
Charles is such a good broadcaster and analyst. He doesn't use cliches.
He doesn't use cliche.
We go to the phones. What do we miss? What is your favorite football cliche? We'll go to your phone calls next. Wrapping up hour number 3 on Ramon and Will. Ramon Foster, Will Bowling. What is your favorite football cliche? I got 2 tweet/text submissions real quick. Gator Mike on Twitter says, just got to play our game, or we just didn't execute. And then my sister Claire texts me with a great one. We love to say this in our family. When a flag is thrown, he didn't mean to.
He didn't mean to. Absolutely.
He didn't mean to.
He didn't mean to.
Like that ever has mattered.
It didn't. It didn't.
To the phones. What do we miss? 615-737-1045. T-Mac first up. What's up, T-Mac?
What's up, T-Mac?
What's up, y'all? Okay, I got 3 of them.
Okay.
The first one is cool, but the last 2 I hate. The first one is defend every blade of grass.
Oh, that's a great one.
Yeah. And then these 2 I hate when they say he can stick his foot in the ground and then get north and south.
Get north and south. I'm with you.
I like it.
Oh, I would have to ask. We got loaded calls, T-Mac. I like to get north and south, man.
I like
All right,
it.
I hang up and leave.
Thank you, T-Mac. Appreciate the call. Got to get north and south.
North and south.
That's a good one.
Running backs always think they can go east and west, though. I wonder if T-Mac is a former former wide receiver or running back.
Sure.
Got to get north and south.
Andy in Clarksville with the next one. What's up, Andy?
What's up, Andy?
So one that I still don't know what it means. He can run downhill.
You can run.
Yeah.
It's just I guess maybe that means he's fast because of gravity and he's fat. I don't know. But another one, and we haven't had any Coach Mac-isms. You got to keep your powder dry.
Yes,
absolutely.
We dropped the ball.
Absolutely.
Dropped the ball on that one. Got to keep your powder dry.
Thank you, Andy. Appreciate the call.
Andy.
Good stuff.
He can run downhill means, like, have you ever tried to run downhill? Like, it almost feels impossible. Like, that guy can pretty much run anywhere is what you say.
Sure.
Yeah.
Or when you have a good running back room, a good smash and dash or 1-2 punch.
Yeah.
Thunder and lightning.
Thunder and lightning.
Calling a running back duo thunder and lightning is a classic football cliche.
Yin and yang. Oh, my God.
Orlando on Twitter says, can't make the club in the tub, and best ability is availability.
Oh!
How did you not say that one? I feel like you say that all the time.
That's my one. That's how I support.
Best ability is availability.
We could have had a whole draft on things Mike Vrabel said.
Yeah.
Why didn't I say that
Honestly.
one? I failed y'all.
Eric in Nashville next. Go ahead, Eric.
Yeah, hey guys, I'm going to run through these real quick. I got 5. Pedal to the metal.
Mm-hmm.
As also you've heard battle in the trenches, battle of attrition.
Battle of attrition.
Nose to the grindstone, and these 2, you've heard them like wrestling terms. Headbanger and a real slobber knocker.
Oh, real slobber knocker. It's
A little
so
more old school,
throwback.
but I like it.
That's so throwback,
Yeah.
Eric, and I appreciate
hey guys,
that.
y'all take care. We'll
You
talk
too.
again soon.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Eric.
That's ability. I can't believe I forgot that. I'm so mad at myself because I love this.
Johnny in Nashville next. Go ahead, Johnny.
What's up, Johnny?
Hey, guys. Okay, I got 2 for you. The first one is the old school, Mac Brown. You got to get more hats around the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
My second, which transcends all sports, is we just got to play Titans football. We just got to play Eagles football. We got to play 49er football.
Yeah.
We got to play Michigan basketball. It transcends all sports.
It
Yeah.
does.
Got to stick to our identity.
We'll stick to our identity.
Uh-huh.
Yes, Johnny.
There you
That's
go.
it. That is it.
Thank you for the call.
We didn't play Titans football. Oh, my gosh. That is such a good. We didn't play Buccaneer football.
Uh-huh.
Oh, my gosh. That Johnny. Why am I so hyped? I feel like we're almost in football season.
I know. That was the goal here,
I'm
was to make it a
buzzing.
little more football focused to get us in the mood.
I'm over here tapping my feet right now. I hear coaches saying this.
Let's go to Drew and McMinnville. Favorite football cliches. What's up, Drew?
What's up, Drew?
Morning, fellas.
Morning.
Been a minute since I called in. I got 3. I'm going to say it in a sentence real quick. It's third and forever.
Yeah.
Defense is going to pin their ears back. We needed to get it to a guy that's real twitchy.
I like it.
Ooh.
I like
Drew,
it.
Y'all
Thank you,
have a good
Drew.
one.
You as well.
What's crazy, this is like a universal language. We understand what all of these mean.
Tell you what, one is that Cam Ward has now coined from quarterback. That was a seed.
That was a seed.
How he keeps in practice. I've seen just the social media clips because we've not gotten to that episode yet. Him just going, seed.
Jeez. Y'all are on point.
How about he's got a cannon for an arm?
Yeah, got a cannon for an arm.
I just thought about this one. Hit him between the numbers.
Hit them between the numbers.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, if it's in your vicinity, you got to catch that.
That was a form tackle. Form tackle. What even is a form tackle anymore?
That
You
kinda
know it
sounds
when
like
you
it
see
could be
it.
in soccer too.
Form tackle, yeah.
You can throw a ball straight through a car wash and won't get wet. That's a good one.
Jerry in Nashville. What's up, Jerry?
What's up, Jerry?
How's it going, fellas? Ready for some football?
Yes, sir.
Listen, this is the old dreaded loser coach like Aaron Glenn and the Jets. It's an instant coffee league.
Instant coffee league. I like that one. I get that one.
You got to have success now. You got to have it now, bro.
Are you
You
a
ain't
Jets
never
fan?
heard that? Come on, you ain't never.
Yeah,
took a
no,
chance.
I'm with
Let's
you.
go.
You a Jets
it's
fan?
instant coffee league. Huh?
Are you a Jets fan?
Hell no. Heck no.
Good.
Enough said then.
Thank you, Jerry. Appreciate the call.
Instant coffee league. That's so true.
Another good one, and this is one that is true, and Coach Mack said this quite a bit as well. Every day is a job interview.
Every day.
Some of these cliches have a lot of truth in them. Like cliche, you say, kind of gets a bad knock because it means like a phrase that's overused that doesn't have much depth to it. That's legit.
Yeah.
It just gets said a lot.
I got
That's
a good
legit.
coach, Tomlin one. They're nameless gray faces each week. Nameless gray faces. That's all that matters. This is a game. It's a 5-star matchup because we're in it. Oh.
Let's go to Tom for a football cliche. Go ahead, Tom.
What's up, Tom?
Yeah. I got actually two of them. One is act like you've been there before.
Ooh.
Yep.
And the second one would be, I kind of, that's basically just I want.
That's good.
Oh,
Thank
he's
you,
about
Tom.
to go across the line.
I appreciate it.
Appreciate it, Tom. Appreciate you keeping it clean.
Another one. That's why he plays corner, not receiver. When a corner drops an interception.
Got hands like bricks.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Let's go to Bob in Nashville next. Go ahead, Bob.
Hey, guys, I got two for you real quick. One would be got to keep his jersey clean.
I like it.
Like
The other one is I like his intangibles.
Yeah.
Yep.
Really good one. Yeah. Thank you for the call, Bob. I like
these because I'm thinking to myself, why didn't we use them?
Well, because we could only make so many picks. I don't think we made any bad picks.
We didn't make any bad.
The only one that was a little questionable was I'd rather say whoa than sick 'em because that's just kind of a you phrase. But again, there's truth in it.
It is. It is.
It's just more, it's not as overused by the world.
But you get it.
Ricky says he's a deer in headlights.
Deer in headlights.
That's one you could use across all sports.
Yep. He's got moxie.
Let's go to Chauncey up next with football cliches. What's up, Chauncey?
Hey, guys. How y'all doing today?
Good.
All right. I really dislike whenever a white defensive end is labeled as a high motor guy. I think he just be athletic, just like anybody else.
No.
I made that pick in the draft as well, Chauncey. The whole, what did I put? Scrappy / lunch pail guy. Yeah.
No, I'm specifically relating back to the defensive end.
Sure.
We had KVB with us, and you're Jared Allen, and
High motor.
Max Crosby.
Trey
They
Hendrickson.
always got high motor, but Max Crosby is just like Myles Garrett. You know?
I agree with you.
I
right
like
there.
it. Thank you for the call, Chauncey. Appreciate
that,
you.
Chauncey.
Good stuff.
Listen to Black Chauncey talk about white DNs. That's what I'm talking about, Chauncey.
He's not wrong.
Listen, we are a fair show. You hear me? That's it.
We'll go to more of your phone calls. Still got loaded lines. We'll let you continue with your football cliches as we begin hour 4 coming up next. What's going on? It's Will Bowling for my friends at Fleet Feet Nashville. I have been trusting Fleet Feet Nashville since I was a high school distance runner that ran at the Division I level. And whether you are at that skill level or more where I am now, just wanting to walk and get out in the neighborhood again, be on my feet, Fleet Feet has the right footwear and gear for you. And they also have events and run clubs in a community to help get you out there on the roads running the right way. Fleet Feet Nashville is all around Middle Tennessee, and they're going to take you through a very detailed foot scanning process. It's amazing the technology they have to show you the exact right kind of shoes you're supposed to be in. Maybe you like one brand, you like one style, but you've been doing more harm than good. Well, Fleet Feet can help you show exactly what you need. So make the right investments in your shoes and grab some other gear while you're there as well. The inserts that are great by going to Fleet Feet Nashville. Check them out online at fleetfeetnashville.com and get ready for tax-free weekend. A great time to get shoes for back-to-school time. That's Fleet Feet Nashville online, fleetfeetnashville.com.
9:03. Good morning, live from the Circus Sports at the Mid-Kentucky Downs studio. I'm Justin Hawkins. Lionel Messi in Argentina stormed back yesterday to beat England 2-1. Enzo Fernandez scored the equalizer in the 85th minute, and then just 7 minutes later, Lautaro Martinez scored off a header in the 92nd minute to give Argentina the go-ahead goal. Messi assisted on both of them. Now Argentina will look to defend their title as they will play Spain in the final on Sunday in East Rutherford, New Jersey. England, they're set to face France in the third-place match on Saturday in Miami. In golf, the Open Championship Round 1 is underway at the Royal Birkdale Golf Club in England. Currently, there's a three-way tie at the top of the leaderboard. Daniel Brown, Sung Jae Im, and Ryan Gerard are all tied at 4 under. It's Scotty Scheffler and Bryson DeChambeau close behind at 3 under as part of a 10-man group tied for third place. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you got to go to USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Titans and Vols. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Away we go into the fourth and final hour of the show. Ramon Foster, Will Bowling, Justin Hawkins, 615-737-1045. Eric Kane of AllQuest will join us here in 15 minutes, formerly of AllQuest, now of the Sports Animal, as we will officially and personally congratulate him on his new gig. Talk a little bit of Vols football. 615-737-1045. If you've got a favorite football cliche, which has gotten the people going. Justin, I'm told that we've not been talking the right topics, though. What happened on the phones?
I got a call earlier today that said, why are we talking so much soccer today? Is that all we're going to be talking about today? There is a major golf tournament going on right now, and I'm like, I mean, that's personal opinions, but the World Cup is a very hot topic.
No, because Taylor's gotten into the World Cup.
Was that TCU?
No.
What the heck was
this is round 1 of the Open versus
so that person
semifinal of the World Cup.
A reminder, 4-hour show.
4 hours.
We got a lot of time to talk about a lot of topics.
Well, I also told him the other
It's July
topics we already
16th.
talked about, like Cam Ward and the quarterback.
Talked about that. We've done actually a good bit of Open Championship because I've had it on this monitor in front of me all morning. I was very excited getting here this morning because this is the one tournament where we can watch like good players play a whole round while we're on the air.
No doubt.
I've watched most of Scotty's round today. He is right now in the shrubbery on 17.
You snitching on people, man. So the pros can get a whole round in 4 hours? But husbands be gone all day.
That's a good point. You know what? Actually, it takes about 8 hours to play golf.
Well, you know, you gotta go to lunch. You gotta get a drink.
That's what I'm saying. People listening
You
to
gotta cool off.
I did learn the other day. I did not know this, and I support it. My brother was telling me in Finland, you have to have a golf license
to play.
Because again, if you've been following my brother on social media, you know he lives in Finland right now, and you have to have a license. I think that's the case in a lot of European countries. You have to go learn. It's for pace of play.
Erling Haaland was playing in Miami. They said it's funny because in Australia you have to do that too, or wherever he is, Sweden, wherever he's
Norway.
Norway, yeah. You have to have a license to play. How many guys
Honestly,
would not be playing?
Very smart. Like 100%, you should have to have a license.
Wow.
A lot of folks out there just vibing and not letting you play through and taking their time. Teaching pace of play around the world is something that I very much support.
That infringes upon their freedoms as an American.
Very much support.
Can't do that.
We are asking for your football cliches, and you can let us know what your favorite football cliche is. Overused phrases, or just phrases that are properly used and you like to use all the time. 615-737-1045. Terry in Portland, next up. What's up, Terry?
What's up, Terry?
This one comes out about week 2 and is the gift that keeps on giving all season long.
Okay.
And that is, if the season ended today.
I love that. That's a good one.
Yep. I got another good one for you. First week is a liar.
Yeah, week 1 is a liar.
Week 1 is a liar, Terry. Thank you for that.
Today. That's great. Thank you, Terry, for the call. Appreciate
Terry,
you.
Thank you for that one. He is so right on that one.
Very good.
Oh.
Let's go to Stryker next up. Now that caller's going to be mad. We're talking soccer because this guy's name's Stryker. Dang.
What's up,
Sorry, buddy. What's up, Stryker?
So I need somebody to help define or break down. He had his bell rung.
Yeah. I like that.
And final one, Knuckles in the dirt.
Yes, sir. You sound like Mike Golick, also striker. You ever heard that?
No.
You sound like Mike Golick Sr. Oh, my gosh.
Thank you, Striker. Appreciate the call.
Had his bell rung, man. Man, a little dizzy. He got caught lacking. Didn't have his head on the swivel. That's another.
Yeah, head on a swivel is another good one.
Head on a swivel.
Yep.
Yeah, bell rung might have a concussion. Is what it really means. He had to go in the blue tent. Striker.
Big Wig is up next. What's up, Big Wig?
What's up, Big Wig?
What's up, guys? I got one for you. The NFL stands for not for long.
Oh, yeah, that's a great one.
And also draw a line in the sand.
Draw a line in the sand. That's another goal.
I like it.
Got to defend every blade of grass. Yep. Draw a line in the sand.
Very good one.
Solid good one. That gets the coaches going right there. That gets the coaches going.
Absolutely it does. Brad and Mount Juliet up next. What's up, Brad?
What's up, Brad?
How we doing, gentlemen?
We're good, Brad.
Good.
So he just took one of mine with the not for long, but you also have death by 1,000 paper cuts.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
We hit the open man, and we didn't beat ourselves today.
Man, those are all great. How has no one said any of those? Well done, Brad. Thank you.
Real good. Way to hold on to that
Have
one,
a good,
Brad.
hey, also, good job on creating content in the dog days of summer.
You get it, Brad.
See, thank you, Brad. For every caller like the one we had earlier criticizing us for what we're talking about, there's a Brad who appreciates us.
This gets me going even more because I'm practicing with the high school right now. So these are some of the things I'm saying currently.
For our golf guy, Scotty Scheffler just missed a par putt. He has had his second bogey of the day. He is down to 2 under through 17. There you go.
He's had 2 bogeys today already?
He has. Well, 2 bogeys isn't that bad.
It's not?
No.
Oh, that makes it seem like
He's got a lot of. I mean, he's 2 under.
I would take 2 bogeys in a round all day, every day.
Well, you're not Scotty Scheffler.
You ain't Scotty. Exactly.
I tell myself, as a rule, never be mad at a bogey because I'm just trying to break 90 for the first time.
Yes.
Bogey golf is perfectly fine. The way you break 90 is by treating bogeys like pars. Just try to make bogey on every hole. That way you're not just blowing up and making triple.
Do you remove the pressure too if you play?
Well,
that
you
way?
try to, but you know me. I'm not very good at that. I have a lot of pressure on myself.
I get it.
Yep. Let's go back to the phones. Rick in McMinnville. What's up, Rick?
What's up, Rick?
Hey, man, I got a couple. One, bow your neck.
Bow your neck.
Okay.
What does even bow your neck mean?
I don't know, but I've always heard it.
I know.
And the other one, I can't believe somebody hadn't come up with this one. This is the greatest of all time. Brick by brick.
Oh. Honestly, we should have used more Butch Jones-isms.
We should.
Champion of life.
Champion of life. Rick, that could be also a gift and a curse, the brick by brick one.
It is.
It is. Bush room.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you,
Rick.
How about this one? This one's
on that door.
You're ridiculous.
You hear it?
No, I heard it. Just wasn't going to comment on it. Idiot.
What happened?
It
was on the phone.
Squeaking.
Oh.
And Ramon said, put some WD-40 on that door, by the way. Lost my train of thought almost. The other one that's consistent around all sports, talking about rebuilding, Rome wasn't built in a day.
Rome wasn't. We've been using that one.
You know, we just want to get 1% better every day.
1% better. Do one thing right today.
I'm going back to my Butch Jones press conferences. I used to sit in those press conferences, and I have nothing personally against Butch. I think he's a fine enough guy, and it's not personal.
He's a fine enough guy.
He was, well, yeah, I'm giving a lot of butts before this. But that being said, I would sit there. I was beat writer for Rocky Top Insider 2017. The one year I was really covering the football team, like totally covering them. The only 8-loss season in the history of Tennessee football. So sorry, guys. But I could sit there and write down what he was going to say before he said it doing a press conference. Yeah, I would just go ahead and write in what he's going to say, and then I would just change a couple words here and there of what he actually said.
I get that.
Daryl the Burrow next up. What's up, Daryl?
What's up, Daryl?
Hey, morning, guys.
Morning.
So mine, I'm just going to kind of read it as the commentator. So Titans have the ball on the 4-yard line with 2 seconds to go. And it all comes down to this.
This is a good one.
All comes down to this. I like it.
That's a solid one as well, Daryl.
Yep. Thank you, Daryl. Appreciate the call. That's a good one. This also has me thinking about broadcasts I'm doing of like, all right, don't say these things.
No, you can't help it. It's just embedded in it.
It is. There are so many in soccer, too. Like the main one in soccer is Two goals is the most dangerous lead. People love saying that. 2-0 is the most dangerous lead.
Okay, England.
I know. Literally. Except they're only up 1.
Yeah.
And they're playing like they were up 2. Who is on line 1, Justin? How do I say this name?
This is Kunle.
Kunle, go ahead.
What's up, Kunle?
What's up, fellas? How y'all doing?
We're good, brother. Good morning.
Good, Ramon. You might know this one. You probably heard a lot. It's one of those things when coaches ask you, "Are you hurt or are you injured?"
Oh,
that's a great one.
Gosh,
that's a great one.
Just said that one the other day. We're doing intros to freshman football. It is, are you hurt? Are you injured? And we have a trainer here. Tell her which one you are. Oh my gosh, yes, solid.
And you're a 19, 20-year-old kid. You have no idea. So it's one of those things that you can answer wrong or you can answer wrong. There's no right answer.
There's no right. That is so true, man. Appreciate that, Kunle.
Thank you. Appreciate the call. All right, let's get Andrew in Portland in here for one more before we get to Eric Kane on the other side. What's up, Andrew?
What's up, Andrew?
Good morning, fellas. Not really any sport, I don't guess, but it's a game of inches.
It's a game of inches.
That made our list. Yep. Game of inches is a good one. That was my first round pick.
Easily. That's a
Good
solid
one.
one.
Thank you, Andrew.
Appreciate it up in Portland, man.
That's right. Yep. So again, our picks, you can vote on Twitter for who made the best selections out of all of us, at Ramon Will. Justin had trying to go 1-0 this week. Got to play better, got to coach better. Don't do dumb bleep to hurt the team, and have to take care of the ball better. Mine were game of inches, calling a white slot receiver a scrappy / lunch pail guy. When you just say big third down here, and when you say a player has, quote, changed their body and has either put on or lost weight. Ramones are our iron sharpens iron. Again, biblical. Shout out God. I'd rather say woe than sick 'em. Next man up and got to play complimentary football. All electric. The other one I thought of, and this is just more of like an idea versus actually saying something, when you think the backup quarterback's going to be better than the starting quarterback. Put in backup quarterback's name.
Backup quarterback.
He can't be worse. I promise you, he can always be worse. Promise you, he can always be worse.
Yes, he can. Always will.
Coming up, Eric Kane of the Sports Animal talks about his new show in Knoxville and a little bit of Tennessee football after this. Ramon Will on 104.5 The Zone continues. Ramon Foster and Will Bowling, pleased to be joined by the newest host on the Sports Animal, Tyler and Kaner. Where you get him starting this week in Knoxville, our very good friend and familiar voice on the show and on the station, Eric Kane, joining us. Eric, congratulations, first and foremost. How's the first week been so far?
It's been good, man. Thanks so much for having me on. Thanks for the congrats. It's, radio's a blast. I came up in radio, spent 5 years at the Sports Animal, and then went off and focused on, my work with VolQuest and Locked On Balls and all that for a couple of years. And, man, just such great experiences and everything. An opportunity arose, and I'm back at the Sports Animal, and I'm pumped, man. It's been a great first week working with Tyler Robbins again, who I worked with the first time. It's been a blast. So I'm having fun. 3 days in so far. No issues, but, there's 2 more shows left this week, so we'll see what happens.
I love it. Eric Kaner, guest, Sports Animal, 3 to 7 Eastern on weekdays, just started this past week. We did just get done with a segment, though, before we talk some balls, Eric, of best football cliches. We did a draft of it. Just for example, our first-round picks were trying to go 1-0 this week, game of inches, and iron sharpens iron. As someone who has played and covered college football, what was your favorite cliche that a coach gave you at some point?
Oh, gosh, man. I mean, iron sharpens iron is my favorite Bible verse, so that's probably a winner for me. But it is a good football metaphor as well.
Mm-hmm.
Between the white lines, that's one.
That's a great one.
Between the white lines.
The red zone. I love how Jeremy Pruitt called it the red area. I know that's not really a saying, but I love when people say the red area is just. I love that. The kicking game, and again, I'm making it's a real thing.
Yeah.
But not the kicking game instead of saying special teams. That's a blast, but. Game of inches is probably hard to beat. I mean, that's, and the game is 80% mental, 20% physical. I mean, it is mental, but as Ramon can attest, it's a little bit more than 20% physical, I would imagine, right? Those are some of my favorite ones.
That's fantastic. The red area. I forgot Jeremy used to say that.
The red area?
Yeah, down in the red area. He knew a lot about the red area, less about asparagus. But, Eric, I was saying earlier, when I was a beat writer there at RTI, and I would cover a Butch Jones press conference, I would just go ahead and write down what I knew he was going to say, sitting there for, doing the press conference notes articles. And then he would say it, and I would just change the words around a little bit to actually fit what he said word for word.
Yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory sometimes. I mean, Josh Heupel's like that. So there used to be a Thursday press conference during game weeks, and I mean, it got to a point where, and again, Josh is fantastic. He's really good to the media and all that. But I mean, he doesn't like talking in front of the microphone. He's not going to give you anything. And for this first probably 3 or 4 years, here in Tennessee, there would be a Thursday game day press conference. But it got to a point to where, man, that thing was it was 3 minutes, 4 minutes. And it was him just saying the same things and the same cliches and just the same coach speak. And it's all right, well, nobody's getting anything out of this anymore. So certainly he is not what Butch Jones was in front of the microphone. I'm not saying that, but all coaches kind of have that coach talk. And they, Heupel specifically, he'll open up a little bit more in the off season when you speak to him compared to, when it's a season, he's locked in. He's not going to give you anything.
Right, absolutely. Well, speaking of his team and his quarterback battle, Eric, I know we won't really learn who is ahead or who's going to win this until the scrimmages start over the course of August. But at this point, if you were giving a scouting report on the similarities and differences as far as what you've seen on film between George McIntyre and Faison Brandon, where are those two guys similar or different for you at this point of the quarterback battle?
Yeah, I mean, I think they both. I mean, I haven't been out there and watched all practice or any of the scrimmages they had in spring, obviously, but both of them kind of came in as recruits, throwing the deep ball pretty well. I think that's a strength for both those guys, and they've got the arm talent and all that. I think that from what I've observed, a little bit of Faison Brandon in spring practice, man, that zip from far hash to sideline is just really, really incredible. I think that they both have. Neither one of them are dual threat quarterbacks. I don't think they're labeled that, but Faison can make some plays happen with his legs. And I think for George, something I thought Nico did a pretty good job with when he was here at Tennessee, the escapability. When things, you got to roll out or, whenever, it's an end rushes upfield, you step up in the pocket, then you got to work to your right a little bit. The escapability to keep plays alive. I think George does a pretty good job of that, and things we've seen in his limited practice and scrimmage time over the last couple of years and all that. I think in spring practice, again, I am not a quarterback coach, but the footwork, the mechanics, and all that. I think George is further along, and that's evident, right? I mean, he's been here, he's been in the system, he's been doing the same drills for about a calendar year longer than that what Faison was. But Faison closed really, really strong, and obviously I think that the national perspective and the momentum, if you will, would be with Faison right now, just based on how he closed spring practice. And it's neck and neck. It's they're even Stevens heading into fall camp, and we'll see what happens there with those scrimmages. So it should be really, really exciting. I mean, I think it's easy to kind of root for either one of them, but if Faison continues on this trajectory that he's on, at least how he finished spring, it's not hard to see why he might be the starting quarterback.
Joined by Eric Kane, the sports animal out of Knoxville, talking Vols this morning. Kane, congratulations again, man. It's pretty huge right there, man. I'm super excited for you on the new gig, man.
Hey, thank you, and congratulations to you as well. I know it's a couple months old, but yeah, good stuff for you too.
Listen, you tried to one-up me on the congratulations right now. I can't. But somebody that needs to be congratulated or supported or either by a bunch of nice dinners for is Deshaun Bishop. These two young quarterbacks, man, it's a lot to ask of playing the SEC, but also 9 SEC games with some really good opponents in Knoxville and on the road. How big of a role does Deshaun Bishop have to play for the Vols in the run game this year with these two inexperienced quarterbacks?
Yeah, I mean, it's critical. It's key. I mean, Deshaun had a fantastic year last year. Tennessee still had a good year running the football. We ran for over 2,200 yards, but that was technically the lowest of the Heupel era here at Tennessee. They had rushed for over 2,500 yards his first 4 years, 2,200 yards last year. Deshaun was a 1,000-yard back, and even in games where Tennessee didn't necessarily run the ball well, Deshaun still kind of got his. And again, just great story. Carnes High School, walk on to workhorse, if you will. He's been fantastic. He's going to be huge. He and Javin Gordon from Tulane, Juan Morris, I mean, those guys are going to have to help out a young quarterback, whether that's George McIntyre, the redshirt freshman, Faison Brandon, the true freshman. It's a quarterback's. Oh, that's another one, guys. A quarterback's best friend.
There you go. There you go.
But it's true, right? And I've been saying all offseason. I mean, again, anybody that follows Tennessee football, this is not rocket science. Whoever that young quarterback is, man, you're stepping into a really good situation.
Yeah.
You got a talented 1,000-yard rusher, all SEC guy in Deshaun Bishop that's going to have to step up and lead for you this year. You have 2 800-yard wide receivers in Mike Matthews and Braylon Staley. You have, at minimum, 4 returners on the offensive line who started last year, and potentially a 5th one on the bench there that's, in Shammy Morrow. If Ori Williams is that right tackle, just based on how it all kind of shakes out, Sham, who started 7 or 8 games last year, is going to be coming off the bench. You're situated offensively to be in a really good spot for your young quarterback.
Tight ends and also the 3rd and 4th and 5th wide receiver as well. But those two, man, how does this match up or their year you expect to go for them?
Yeah, I mean, they're best friends. They're always together. They came in as freshmen, and Mike Matthews saw the field a little bit. And then, Braylon Staley, once Squirrel White got hurt, and there were some opt-outs for that bowl game, or for the college football playoff, actually. Braylon Staley got, thrusted into action a little bit there. But and then Braylon Staley had they both had good years last year. But again, they're best friends. They push each other. They build off each other. They try to one-up each other. That's healthy competition. That's awesome. And then, really that whole room, it kind of feeds off healthy competition. That's awesome. And then, really that whole room, it kind of feeds off those two guys, obviously. You got Travis Smith and Rodarius Jackson that are trying to battle it out to see who's going to be that 3rd wide receiver. Oh, yeah, 5-star freshman wide receiver and TK Keys is going to have something to say about that. Now healthy in fall camp coming up. And so everybody just kind of feeds off that environment that they've kind of created there in that position. And then, of course, it spills over on that side of the football. It's one of the best dynamic duos in the SEC in terms of receivers, in my opinion. One of the best offensive dynamic duos. This offseason, everybody talks, everybody makes lists, and talking about some of the best wide receivers in the SEC. And, Braylon Staley is underrated severely, in my opinion. So underrated. He had they both had a fantastic year last year, but Braylon Staley, had a really, really good year last year. So, again, just weapons for a young quarterback, and those guys, along with Deshaun Bishop, are going to have to, step up and kind of lead that group there with a young quarterback trying to get his feet under him.
Kaner, this next question I have for you is one of those. We'll worry about tomorrow problems tomorrow, but with the way this quarterback competition is somewhat setting up, man, how do you kind of view, I guess to say, the loser of this competition at the end of December when the portal is open up, or whenever it chooses to open up again? Do they stick around and pull, a Ty Simpson, or are we just in a world we're conditioned that the other guy leaves unless, how do you view it?
Yeah, well, I mean, first and foremost, I'll give the coach answer, but it's the real answer as well. Football again is a contact sport, so whoever loses this job, man, you better stay dialed in because you just never know when that chance will come. And Hendon Hooker didn't start the opener in 2021. Joe Milton outplayed him in fall camp, and clearly Hendon Hooker was pretty good here at the University of Tennessee. So that loser, if you will, of the competition has got to stay locked in and ready to roll. But whoever wins it, say they hold on to it all year long, everybody's healthy and everything. I mean, again, we kind of live in a world where, again, we're just kind of conditioned to think, okay, that guy's going to leave. I guess I don't know anything. Everybody's situation is different, but I guess I would kind of go into that December month kind of with the expectation that the loser of that battle would probably leave and go look for another opportunity next year. Because, again, if you win this year, you're going to – Heupel's going to have a returning starting quarterback for – the second time in his career at Tennessee? Yeah. You know who the guy's going to be the next year, so wouldn't shock me at all if that loser of the job goes and tries to find an opportunity elsewhere. But we'll see. Again, it's a long season. Guys starting, injuries happen. Hopefully there's no bad play, but, whatever happens, you got to stay locked in.
Eric Kane with us for the Sports Animal. Eric, on the way out, maybe I'm crazy and maybe I'm coping at quarterback, but I've got so much trust in Heupel at quarterback. I am far more concerned about pass rush now that Chaz Coleman's not on the roster than I am quarterback. Am I crazy, or is that a fair argument to make?
I think that's a fair argument to make. Now, we can't ignore, quarterback's the most important position in all sports, and everybody, making the predicted order of finishes at media days next year. Everybody doing these power rankings right now. What you don't know scares you, or what you don't know kind of gives you pause, and there's so much uncertainty at the quarterback position. McIntyre was a highly rated 4-star. Faison Brandon's a 5-star. The talent is there. They're here for a reason. They're just unproven. So if they're unproven, then you think they're bad, or you think that Tennessee's bad in that situation, where in reality you just don't know yet. But to your point, now Aguilar was a veteran. He had played a lot of football. I get all that. But you picked up Joey Aguilar on the waiver wire last May. Right. He led the SEC in passing last year. What Heupel got out of Joe Milton, what Heupel turned Hendon Hooker into, Nico Iamaleava protected the football, did not turn over the football. He's one of the best quarterback coaches in all of college football. So I think what you're saying is fair. On the other side of the pass rush, even if Chaz Coleman's not in the picture anymore, even if he was in the picture, he still had to go out there and prove it. He has not proven it on the college realm. Plenty of potential, no doubt. But he still had to go out and prove it. He was in prove-it mode. Tennessee, again, you say goodbye to a lot of those Leos, via the transfer portal. It's a new defense, new structure and all that. But Marion Dye's got to step up. Tyree Weatherby's got to break out. He's a fourth-year guy. Jordan Norman coming up from Tulane. He's got to hit and be a guy that was an impact player for Tulane last year. So, I'm with you. I feel better about the interior of the defensive line with those options at D tackle right now than I do about the exterior. So that's a big question mark for me. Quarterback is as well, but I think Heupel deserves the benefit of the doubt of what he's done with quarterbacks throughout his career.
Eric Kane, our guest here on Ramon and Will. Kaner, a part of the Sports Animal team. It is well-deserved. You've grinded. You've worked for the opportunity, and I've always enjoyed reading, and now we'll enjoy listening to all the content. Eric, thanks so much for the time. Appreciate you.
It, Kaner.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir. Eric Kane, Sports Animal, out of Knoxville with us here on Ramon and Will.
More good Vols news if you want a little bit of it this morning, Will.
Go.
Yesterday, Nate Ament, player of the game, man. 23.6 rebounds and 2 steals as he was knocking them down yesterday for the Milwaukee Bucks, man, against the Hornets. Charlotte Hornets. Yeah.
Sweet.
Good stuff. 26. He was good from outside the perimeter, too, man.
Nice.
Love that for Nate.
I like it.
I like it. That's going on right now.
Buffalo is in Lebanon, wants to talk some NSC on the phones this morning. What's up, Buffalo?
What's up, Buffalo?
What's going on? It looks like we got a bunch of League Cup games coming up on the schedule. We're going back playing Friday night and then here Wednesday night. I saw where Schaffelberg, which he's not on our team anymore, but he had a hell of an assist. He had a hell of a good pass for a goal. Did Serge go anywhere or play for anybody? Is he going to come back and play for us?
Yeah. Thank you, Buffalo. Appreciate the call. Sam Surridge is on Nashville SC. He has scored a lot of goals in a very short amount of time as he's been injured, and we'll see what he looks like coming out of the break, but he made his return from injury in the last game before the World Cup break against NYC, so he is ready to go.
I think part of what he meant was, because he asked me this question, did he go and play for England since that's his national team? I didn't think so.
He did not.
Yeah.
Nope.
So what does happen to all MLS players during this downtime?
So it's a good question.
Yeah.
They, the MLS Players Association and the league basically made it to where they got a break where they had to be out of the facility, and then there was a ramp-up period, like a mini offseason over the last few weeks and over the last month to get back to speed.
There's a ramp-up.
So they've been playing exhibitions and closed-door friendlies, as we would say in the sport, and have been ramping back up. So basically you had an off-season for about 2 months, sandwiched down into like a really short amount of time. Yeah.
The start back
It's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
I mean,
momentum
because
is real.
on one hand, like you want to continue the momentum if you're NSC, but honestly, as injured as Nashville was going into the World Cup break, I'm hopeful that a lot of those guys can be available again. I obviously don't know. We'll find out tomorrow night when they play Atlanta, which you can watch on Fox as well as Apple TV and listen on the Zone to me, who hopefully still have a voice by that point. I will. I'll make it work. But be interested to see how many of those guys are healthy, because Patrick Yazbek, Eddie Tagseth, Andy Nahar, and Sam Surridge, who I know played in the last game but was just working his way back, were all injured. Those are all 4 starters. Nashville also with a little bit of news this morning, as they have signed Elias Saad on loan from Augsburg of the German Bundesliga on loan.
On loan?
And he has played at the highest level in Germany. This is a guy coming in with a lot of experience and played in the World Cup with Tunisia. 17 appearances for Tunisia, scoring 3 goals and 2 assists. Here's what I love. Before he played professionally, he competed in soccer and futsal. Futsal is indoor soccer on like a basketball court.
Oh.
And futsal players are as skillful at dribbling and getting by you in short areas as anyone else.
It's a heavy ball,
it means that you've got really good technique and dribbling, and you can cook somebody on the dribble. Yeah.
It's a heavy ball.
What do you mean by heavy ball?
It literally has weight to it.
Oh.
Yeah. It's not like a normal soccer ball. It doesn't really float in the air like that. You can get your foot under it, you can loft it up, and it'll just drop.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
You don't want to head the ball very often. It's going to hurt.
Futsol?
AL.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So Nashville announcing that about 40 minutes ago. More depth. They're not sitting pat. And Buffalo mentioned it. They'll have Leagues Cup coming up here in a few weeks, where they will play Leagues Cup and the MLS schedule at the same time. So you'll have 3 games a week for a while, with a couple exceptions. And you need all your depth. You need different guys you can throw in there. So I'm excited to see him. It'd be cool.
Wow. This is a jam-packed crowd right here in Germany.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I get it.
Yep.
I get it. All right. Never mind then.
Final call for phone calls, 615-737-1045. Contract details for former Vol Alvin Kamara that we can tell you coming up next. Ramon Will, 104.5 The Zone, wrapping up the show. Tomorrow morning, Brent Hubbs, Don Davenport, and Ron Slay. We'll have 2/3 of 3HL on the show tomorrow.
Man, that's a good day.
Very good day.
That's a good day.
And hopefully I'll have a voice. It is gone this morning. Oh, my God.
You might. I heard it creeping away from you, too.
It was fine this morning, like at 6, and then 7, and then at around 8 o'clock. I was like, oh, wait, hold up.
Yeah,
What's that tea that you swear by?
A lot of them.
Oh.
Yeah, a lot of them.
Throat coat, I think.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it's called. We used to have some here in the kitchen. You
know what? You got 10
The
minutes.
best
You might as
stuff
well leave.
is a hot toddy.
Oh, yeah.
Has alcohol in it, but gets the job done.
I want to hear something fascinating. It's a good thing, but I hadn't had a shot of bourbon in probably a month.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think I have either.
Just, you don't think you have it? Like, I don't think bourbon's the summertime. Like, I've had
I don't think so either.
A little bit of tequila.
I think of it as fall and winter.
My consumption is kind of gone down. I had a glass of wine the other night for our anniversary. Had a red. Cab.
I'm trying to not drink alcohol during the week.
Yeah.
Because your sleep is so much better if you don't drink.
I can see that.
Or it can help me get to sleep.
Well, that's what it feels like. But then your sleep is worse once you sleep.
That's true.
Just makes you drowsy. That doesn't mean your sleep is better.
Well, I'll just wake up in a couple hours anyway, so it's fine.
Don't be slandering Baby T-Hawk. Don't do that.
Fair enough.
You've been doing that a lot lately. We're not going to, he's 2 and some change weeks old. Don't do that to Baby T-Hawk, man.
No.
Uncle Moan is here for this.
You know what? I got home early the other day, and as soon as I got home, you know what he did? He smiled.
Did he really?
As soon as I picked him up and I held him, he smiled.
Good, man.
Nice.
That was awesome.
Welcome to parenthood, dog.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Every day is a new story, Hawk. I'm proud of you, man, taking on fatherhood the way you are. You're not an absentee father, nothing, man. Proud of you.
No,
Way
sir.
to break the chains.
Never.
You haven't had very much time to be.
You don't.
Everybody's locked in at 2 weeks.
You really don't, man. The
real test comes when he's 4. I'm just kidding. You're obviously not going to do that. I'm just giving you a hard time. We got asked on YouTube, how do you explain on loan in soccer? I'm glad you asked. It's right, exactly what it sounds like. Elias Saad, how you say his name, will be on loan with Nashville for a specific period of time, so through the 2027 sprint season, because remember, they're about to change the calendar. So next season, we'll have 2 seasons in 27, a sprint season that's February through May, and then a season that is more what the calendar is going to look like from now on, of fall through the spring, starting next fall. So he is on loan through the sprint season.
Okay.
Yes.
And this is only from an international club to MLS. Like,
what do you mean?
MLS can't borrow another player from LA Galaxy.
You could. It's not very common, but yeah, every league has loans.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Man, can you imagine you could swap swap players with a team in the NFL?
Yeah, if you were like on loan.
Yeah.
Like imagine when Derrick Henry was on these Titans teams that weren't in contention. Like, Titans have been given a second-round pick to loan Derrick Henry to the Eagles for the rest of the season, then he'll come back.
Can we not amend that?
That'd be crazy.
That's the real evolution of the sport.
There's a saying in soccer, too, another cliche, never fall in love with a loan player. Never want to, because they might not stay forever. Sometimes there's either an option to purchase and make it permanent at the end of the loan. Sometimes there's not, but like you still find a way to make it work if they fit really well. Like Arsenal's captain, Martin Odegaard, was loaned from Real Madrid to Arsenal.
Okay.
Went back to Madrid, and then we just signed him the next offseason, like permanently, even though there wasn't technically an option to buy.
Yeah.
Very common way. And a lot of times it's a way to get around salary cap stuff around the world. So you can change the budget charge against the financial rules in Europe by making it a loan, and you can spread out the payments a little bit more. And so it's just kind of a way to do roster gymnastics.
I kind of get that. That's understandable in a sense.
Or if you want to try out a player without making a $1 million, $2 million, $3 million investment, you can loan him. You can get him on loan, see if it works, and then you can say, okay, yeah, we'll go ahead and make it permanent.
I mean, is lightly practice squad conversation?
No. I mean, this guy is a big-time talent.
No, I was just talking about the processes of it. Like, practice squad guys can go up and go down, but it's only on the same team, though, where you can loan a guy. Basically, what I'm saying is you go from full salary to, like, practice squad salary. Yeah,
I see what you mean. But
just trying to correlate it. That's all.
There really is no correlation in American sports.
That's actually a good move, though, for a team that's, oh, my God.
I love that NSC is adding and making additions and starting to really double down as the leader in MLS right now, top of the table.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're going to go get more.
As a player, though, I wonder how would you feel from an NFL perspective.
It's an odd feeling. I can't imagine.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's like you kind of belong to that team and you kind of don't. Like Johnny Perez, Nashville got him on loan from LA Galaxy.
Yeah.
And then they just transferred him to the Mexican top flight in Guadalajara at the beginning of this season. So that's the other example of NSC using a loan.
Man, I'm not opposed to that one. I say that, but I'm not really opposed. That would be fun. It would be fun is all I'm saying.
Yeah, sure. Works well for soccer. Mm-hmm. Back at it tomorrow morning. Friday. Enough said. We'll talk to you then. 104.5 The Zone.
Peace. Well, remember, Twitter fingers and your mic is always hot.
A day at the spa, the perfect gift for birthdays, anniversaries, or any occasion. Lavish and luxurious, yet affordable. A grand gesture, yet simple for you. The gift card from A Moment's Peace. Give her the gift she won't buy herself. An escape, a bit of luxury. Something special that shows more than just words. A gift from A Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa in Cool Springs across I-65 from Galleria Mall. Call 615-224-0770 or go online at amomentspeace.com anytime.